understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up. And throughout the world today.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. Hi, y'all. Welcome to the show. It's Monday, January 8th, I think. Yeah, it is. 2024 already. Get ready. This year will be a bumpy ride for a lot of people, especially for folks who are running for office. And for the voters, too, because they're going to try to convince you to vote for them again. So get ready. Get ready. Be patient, observe, and watch so you can see the right way to go. Slow down. Don't be angry. And you will see the right way to go. We live in an evil, evil, evil world today. Human beings are evil. And there are those, a few, who are trying to overcome evil with good. But human beings are evil. The earth is the Old Testament. The new world, the new earth is inside of us. Are you going to live from without or from within? Only you can make up your mind about that. You're not going to be forced to make it up. You're not going to be at peace until you make up your mind. Are you going to live in the Old Testament, which is the earth, the anger of the heart? Or are you going to live in the New Testament, the love of the heart, the freedom within? It's a mess. A real, mamma mia, hola, si senor, a real mess. You can get involved by calling 888-7753. 773 888-77 Jesse. 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 And remember, we have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JesseLeePeterson.com/show. JesseLeePeterson.com/show. And we are here Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time. Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. And if you're black, everybody and their mama. If you're white, everybody and their mama. So if you're busy somewhere in this world and you're not able to sit and watch the show live, whether you are making breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you are working out, you are trying to cross the borders without any problem now, you are considering suicide when the rainbow wasn't enough, you are hating white people, you're blaming white people for your health. No matter what you're doing, you could be listening to the show on your iPhone, iPad, and then you can podcast later by calling 641-793-1500. And follow us, Just Lee Peterson, on Instagram and JLP Talk on X. We dealt with last week biblical question in this fellowship yesterday. It was amazing. Yesterday, would y'all don't realize, and I may have said it, and in case I haven't, it works saying or saying again. When I'm doing the fellowships, running the fellowship, menships, womenships, the forums, I'm being taught as I'm teaching for communication purposes. I'm really discovering as I'm talking to the people on this show, the men's and women forum, when I'm giving talks outside. Really, it's amazing. I'm being learned. I'm being taught, and I don't think most people realize that, because the same teacher that I'm pointing you back to is also teaching me. It is so interesting to see that. And so we dealt with the old biblical question of last week: which do you love more, your true life or your false life? Different answers, but the problem is, the issue is most people don't even know what their true life is. You don't know what it is. How can you love it more when you don't even know what it is? You love your old life. 99.9, no, because some people are overcoming. 99.9% of people around the world, not just in my country, the USA, love their old life. Because if you didn't love your old life, you let it go. You will let it go. But you love your old life and you don't even know what the new life is, so how can you love it? Isn't that amazing? When you don't even know it. And it's unfortunate because most people would never know their true life. They will live on this earth in their old life, calling it their true life, in their false life, calling it their true life, and they'll die in their false life, and then they'll realize, oh my God, I was living a false life. Now I'm stuck. I can't overcome it. Overcome your false life and live your true life. The true life, there are no words to explain it. And it's so interesting, but most people don't want it. And so you can podcast all the fellowships, Sunday fellowships, by going to rebuildingtheman.com/church. rebuildingtheman.com/church. All right? Brand new biblical question, and it's another doozy. Brand new biblical question for this week. Do you have confidence? There's a Hassan dog. Nice background. Do you have confidence? That's a perfect background for this question.
What the?
Well, that dog has confidence. Who let the dogs out? For those who are not seeing the background, there was a dog jumping over a thing behind the biblical question. Do you have confidence? Amazing question. I like it. So it's 2024, a brand new year. And you know how on Tuesday we have Country and Western Tuesday, Manhood Hour on Wednesday, Bible Thumper Thursday, Open Line Friday, and Fellowship on Sunday. And we didn't have anything for Monday. And there are some suggestions about what we can call Monday. What we can call Monday. And so my producer and I realized that we need to put something there for Monday. And what we realized is that what we bring to the table is for all people. All people, men and women. And what we realized is that we didn't have a day for the ladies. And we pondered about up and down the road. And lo and behold, we came up with something for Monday. And it's amazing. And from this day forward, Monday, January 8th, 2024, we are now calling Monday Female Monday.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
Female Monday. Welcome to Female Monday. So let me explain. We take all calls, just as we do on Bible Thumper Thursday, but it's set aside for Bible Thumper Thursday. The Bible Thumper get priority, right? So on Monday, ladies, you get priority with the calls. Though we take all calls from men and women, ladies, Mondays is your day. Because we work with men and women, but I don't think some women know it. They don't realize we help. I counsel with women, men and women, couples, individuals, the fellowships. We have Thursday night meetings once a month for the females. And so now you have your own day. Female Monday. Nice. And one thing I realized about the females, there was a young lady in one of our fellowships. She comes to the fellowship and the women's forum too. And she was talking about how a young woman too, young woman. And she was talking about how she was stuck on getting married. She was so into it that to realize that, and I may not be repeat exactly what she said, but to realize she might not get married and to let go of the idea of getting married was a hard thing for her. It was really just, she was doing things that to try to get a man. She wanted to get married. And as a result of that, other women would approach me and tell me that they felt the same way. They want to get married. And so they would do whatever they could to get a man. Even if it's a weak, pathetic man. And they can tell that the man is weak when they first see him because they can tell that all he wanted is sex. And so he started catering to her, licking boots and whatever, right? Being all nice, being phony. And she know that he only wants sex. But she'll go along with it because women are into sex too, but not nearly what men are. And I don't think women understand the depths of how men are into sex. I think they think that their sexual desire is the same as a man, but it's not. And then they get the man and they're so disappointed how weak he is and how he's not able to lead her. He's afraid. He looked to her for leadership. And so I've heard that over and over again. And so, as I mentioned yesterday in the fellowship, I want to encourage the women. The same journey that the men are taking, some of the men are taking, if you want to be free, you got to do it too. Wanting a man should be way down on your list. It should not be at the top of your list at all. It's a raw wanting. It's a raw yearning. Because if that's what you want and you yearn for it, you're going to end up with a male, but it's going to be disappointing. It's just going to be a fight. He's not going to be able to lead you. And especially men today, because men today are more feminine than any other time in the history of America. They have the mindset and the emotions of the woman. And they encourage those feelings. They love those feelings. And you can't convince them that it's not natural. Even though they're acting like the woman, they're jealous, they're gossip, they're revengeful, they look to the woman to lead them. They barely want to work nowadays. They encourage women to run for office. They ride in the woman's side of the car, passenger seat. They push babies in strollers. They carry the baby on their chest in one of those little sack things. And they do exactly what a woman does. They don't lead. They don't point back to forgiveness. They don't pray for one another. They're just like the woman. And it's really difficult for ladies today. But it wouldn't be, ladies, if you didn't put getting married or getting a man high on your list. It's natural for a woman to want a man, but not first, not before what's right. So here's what spiritually, there's a spiritual order to life, right? You are a spirit, but you just don't know it. You haven't recognized it. And here's and another thing men do, they treat dogs like human beings. They think the dog loves them. They let the dog sleep in the bed. They feed the dog inside the house. They think it's their baby. It's the same emotional feeling that the woman has, and the dog ain't feeling nothing for them, zero. He feels nothing but in themselves, like in women, within themselves, just like within a woman, she's feeling fake love inside of herself, and she's thinking the dog is loving her just because you wag his tail. Dogs do not feel love, hate, sorry. You're thinking that the dog does, but that you're thinking inside of you. You're thinking that the dog loves you, that you're feeling, and you're thinking and feeling that the dog loves you, just like human beings feel that other human beings love each other, and they don't. That's that animal nature. And so, ladies, you got to put, as men do, if they want to overcome the fallen state, right? They got to put, you ladies got to put first things first. It ain't going to work no other way. It just ain't going to work. You can't make it work. It ain't gonna work. Ain't. Isn't not gonna work. You must put first things first. And first thing is to seek the kingdom of God and his right way, and all will be added to you. And that which is added to you will be perfect. But if you go out looking for it yourself, it will always be imperfect. It's never going to work. And you can't make it work. Sorry, Hassan, about the dog not loving you.
Come on, man.
Knowing that Hassan has a dog that he loves, it's interesting to have to say this. But keep on pretending. I'm not telling you to stop, but I'm going to tell you they real. Dogs were created to be outside. They were given the right jacket to wear. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. They shared one for another one for another one, according to the weather, the season. Dogs were created to use outside medicine from the earth to heal their bodies. There is an advertisement that I see on one of the channels there on the TV, and they promote, it's like I guess a nonprofit for dogs. And they got these dogs and they're raising money. And they have this emotional music. They got these pitiful looking dogs. And they're like, they have these women, and a couple of weak men too promoted advertise. And the dogs really need you. Rush, 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 and send $10. The dog needs you. The dog needs hospital care, or doctor care, or something like that. I'm not quoting exactly. I'm like, you stupid people, put the dog outside. God has provided for the dogs. You weaken the dogs just like you weaken your children. You weaken yourself by emotionally catering to them. And poor dogs, they can't even make it outside now. They can't go out there, eat the grass, and do what dogs do. The bugs and things that provided for them. It's unfortunate, but human nature is to destroy, not to build. And during Friday, he black. He said Sandy is an exception to the rule. Yeah, right. Kill Sandy, huh? But, you know, I understand human nature. But ladies, it's Female Monday, and I want to encourage you to put first thing first. Put nothing or no one above seeking the kingdom of God in his right way, and all will be added. You should have no other God above God. That means a man, a dog, a cat, your children, not even yourself. Your false nature. It's so bad now that when men and women go on dates, they're not sure who should pay for the meal or whatever, the drink. According to the gentleman's journey.com, they're asking who should pay on the first date. Who do you think, ladies and gentlemen, who should pay on the first date? The gentleman should always pay on the first date, according to this gentleman'sjournal.com. It says the gentleman should always pay on the first date, regardless of whether you ask her out or she asks you out. It is your duty to say, I got this. Before you play that, Hassan, do you agree with that?
I don't know.
What?
I'm not sure.
What?
I'm still thinking about Sandy.
You Poor Sandy is over. Sandy would have been survived now. And this is Sandy like a bulldog or something?
Yeah, but...
Well, the bull has gone away from the dog. Sandy wouldn't have been able to survive outside. Now he's so weak.
It's true.
So, like, when you go on a date, do you normally pay or the girl pay?
No, I usually do.
Every time?
Yeah, and it's probably because I'm just conditioned, seeing just... But it's not a good example because I always think about my dad, but that's because they were married, my mom and my dad. So I compare it to that, which is probably not good.
And even if a girl asks you out, you still pay?
I don't know if that's ever happened.
You never been asked out by a girl?
I don't think so.
Are you too busy with Sandy?
What?
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 That's about, you never been invited out. Some girls say, hey, let's go out, have dinner or to a Burger King or have a drink?
I don't think so.
Whoa.
Ain't that something?
That's beautiful.
But unfortunately, yeah, I think I fall into this paying thing.
Here's that soundbite from the gentleman'sjournal.com.
I need y'all's help figuring out who's in the wrong in this scenario because I genuinely can't figure it out. So, talking to this guy, 38, doctor, really cute, and he asked me out on a first date next weekend. He's like, hey, would you like to go out with me? Like, I'm thinking drinks. Like, what would you like to do? And I was like, oh, drinks could be fun. Like, but like the new Barbie movie comes out and I'd really like to see that. He's like, oh yeah, like that would be cool. Let's do that. And I was like, yeah, great. Sounds awesome. Let's do it. So then I get a text from him last night and he's like, hey, did you get the tickets yet? And I was like, no, question mark. And he's like, oh, why not? Were they sold out already? And I was like, no, to be honest, like I didn't even look yet. I'm under the impression that this was like a first date. And he's like, it is. I'm the one that recommended drinks. You're the one that recommended a movie. I'm the one that recommended the movie. You're the one that asked me on a first date. And you also asked me, like, what would I like to do? And I said, yeah, drinks and a movie would be awesome. So should I be going like 50-50, like he pays for drinks and I do the movie since I recommended it? Or is it because it's a first date, like he should pay? I don't know.
Wow. Can you imagine in 2024, that's a major decision now? When in the good old days when boys were boys and men were men, you naturally did what you're supposed to do without having to go on TikTok to see answer and try to figure it out. Something as simple as going on a date. Well, I say that if the girl invites the man to go to the movie, then she should pay, go out. Or if the guy invites the girl, then he should pay. And it's just common sense. If the woman invites you out, guys, it's on them. But if you invite them out, it's on you. It makes sense. 888-7753-773. You might disagree. Female Monday. Let me take a quick break. I'll be back in a moment. You can't run from evil within yourself or outside of self. You got to deal with it. And you need good in order to deal with evil. And God is good. You need to return to the Father. And you'll see within you, he will fight the battle for you. And he will fight it without, because he will show you how to deal with it. and you will have no fear. Love God with all your heart, all your soul, all your might, along with nothing else. Nothing else means yourself, your children, your wife, your things, your ego, your reputation, and all that. You can't care about any of that. The children of anger will use it to control you. But if you love God, he will renew your mind, and none of those things will be before him. And so when they go after you, oh, well, you may take my body, you may take my things, but you're not going to take my soul. And that's a true reality. It's Female Monday. This is Trump. See his thumb? Amazing. Amazing. Female Monday. And the discussion is, should a woman have to pay if the man take her on a date, or should she have to pay? Who should pay on the date, first date? And Hake, you say?
Generally, on the first date, the man pays, since usually he's supposed to be. He's the one interested.
He's the one to ask her out.
Usually.
What?
Usually, yeah. Seems like anyway. Maybe it's not usual anymore.
And so, like, have you ever, a woman invited you out and she paid?
I don't know if I've ever been invited out by a woman. You normally...
What?
Normally, I invite her out. But I have had it where I invite her out and it's a Dutch treat. Everybody pays.
Oh.
Not that I planned it like that, but
right.
She just voluntarily paid her part. I'm like, okay.
Well, that I would say okay too.
Yeah.
Like, okay, good idea. Smart woman.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know if I don't think I've ever been treated. Oh yeah, sometimes I have treated by the girl, but sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, I'll pay sometimes," and then I spring it on them. Okay, you want to pay? And then they're not ready for it. Oh.
Gerald, have a woman ever invited you out? Because these two guys never been invited by the woman. They have invited the woman, but never been invited, and they pay. Have a woman ever invited you out and she paid?
Yeah, I've been invited out and she paid. And sometimes it was even before you had said this, and it always just it happened that way. Like I didn't have to tell her, "Oh, you better pay." They always paid.
And how did you feel when she paid?
Normal. It just felt normal because it seemed the idea of me like I don't know. It just seemed weird for me to pay if she is the one that invited me over there.
Yeah, you shouldn't invite me. You want to pay?
Yeah.
I ain't had no money. That's why I didn't invite you. And are you surprised that there are guys in this world where women, they've never been invited out by the woman?
I've never been invited out by I never, that's new. I never heard that.
I never heard, I'm stunned. And these like old guys, these are like baby guys.
I mean, in high school, there was girls that would like offer to get stuff, but I was just taking advantage of them. So that's not a good thing.
Offer to. What do you mean they were
Like there
offer?
was like these girls who were like a little bit larger and maybe weight, and they would offer to buy sneakers and get you Chinese food every day.
Yeah, I have fat girls do me that.
Yeah.
But that's
Try
not.
to get you.
That's not the same
No,
thing.
it's not the same thing. Since you've been a grown man.
Now let me ask you this.
I'm talking about since you've been a grown man.
Let me ask you this: Is it the same if they pay for themselves, but then you pay for yourself, or are you saying they pay for the whole thing, Joel?
Well, it just seems weird. Like if a girl says, like, I want to go to Disneyland, and
Disneyland cost $500 now.
right, and then she expects you to pay for her and your ticket. That's just crazy.
No, now what if she expects you to just pay for your ticket?
Well, if we plan together,
Right.
like we're gonna go to Disneyland,
Go
then,
Dutch.
then we'll both.
And they call it Dutch.
Dutch treat.
Right.
Everybody pays.
There's a lot of
Right.
nuance to this.
And this ain't no nuance.
It is in common
Old
sense.
aunts.
But the thing that's crazy is that guys, women equate guys paying for meals as manly, just like women think that guys who watch football manly. It's these weird like things that the world thinks are
Right.
manly, which are just false.
Yeah.
So yeah, men do it because they know women like it, but it's not genuine.
He looks sad that he ain't never been invited out by the woman. He always has to invite.
Or if I have been invited, it's been to something free.
They didn't think you were worth it.
You should have said no.
Whatever. I'm not sad.
You're not?
No. Chin up. Stiff upper lip.
If you're not sad about it, why you have water in your eyes right now?
That's just because it's early morning and I didn't put in my eye drops.
Some people are waking up to... Hassan, you're about to make another point or something. Ask a question.
Oh no!
Okay.
I just think that I don't know. It just feels weird. I think, and maybe it is conditioning, like Joel said. But as a man, it just feels weird.
Even if they invite you out?
Yeah, it still would feel weird. Like I think.
Not to pay, it would feel weird.
I think
for
the
you
moment that she
just-
like pulls out the money, like even if I agree to go and I'm like, okay, maybe in my mind this is okay because she asked me out and Jesse's saying it's fine. At the moment that she pulls the money out, I would just feel bait, I think.
Well, but it depends. So if she invited you out, type of thing.
Yeah.
Why would you feel bait about that?
It just feels like at that moment, it just feels like it doesn't feel correct. It feels like I don't know. Just,
Like she's providing for you.
yeah, like she's like the
Yes.
hunter and the guy. You know, it's like what?
But it's like going to her house for dinner.
And she expects you to
makes you
cook.
dinner. and she makes your dinner, and it's the same as that.
Well,
but that's in private though.
Well, to add, to
But in
even
the
add,
cafe, it's private too. Ain't nobody looking.
to add to that, to what
Who's like
Jesse
that
said.
private? Everybody looking at you at the dinner table or something?
You know, yeah, the way. I don't know.
What?
To add what Jesse said, it's like she invites you over to her house, but
Right.
she expects you to cook.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's
Well,
what it
no,
feels
that
like
would
to me.
Or you to go to the grocery store and get the stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you come over for dinner? Okay. Would you mind picking up the grocery?
And cook.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's just think.
Well, some people waking up. They said, she'll tell you, bring the steak over too. Some women are waking up. This is from Fox. A woman in her late 30s realized she want marriage and kids, and feel betrayed by feminism. Watch this. Oh no, I'm sorry. Don't hold that. I skipped a line. Here's an example of some people waking up. This is from the daily.com. Daily.com. Something like that. Progressive artsy woman says her date made the feminism leave her body. Her date, you know that's deep. Her date made the feminism leave her body. And some of you might want to know, why did that happen? Watch this from TikTok.
I went on a date this week and I felt the feminism leaving my body. So I go on dates with a lot of men and women. There's always a negotiation about who pays, and that's great. I like to pay for people, all that. But what I will say is that I sort of fell into going on a date with the most guy's guy I've ever been on a date with. A guy's guy is usually not my type. Like, I cannot remember the last time that I went on a date with like a straight bros bro. The thing about a guy's guy is he's putting his card down. He's paying for everything. And I really it sort of activated something feral in me. I'm not gonna lie. We went to like another bar and he was gonna go to the bathroom. So I was getting prepared to pay for our drinks because he's been paying all night. Of course I'm gonna pay for the next round. But as he's going to leave for the bathroom, he turns to me and he hands me his credit card. And he goes, "Here's my card. Get us whatever." It might be time for me to get away from all these, liberal snowflakes on the east side.
Nice. I love that guy.
Yeah. So, ain't no way I'm leaving my credit card and tell her to go. She to the bartender, by the way, put a little extra cash on the table from that card, too. But, what do you think about that?
I think that there's a natural element in women that just love to be taken care of, and I think that that's a good thing, but it just depends on the situation. If he invited her out in this situation, I don't think that it's wrong that he paid for these things. I don't think that that's wrong, but for her, and I think that because she loved it, it's because women naturally love to be taken care of, even if they pretend that they don't or they want to be independent. They love being taken care of. But sometimes, like, feminists will take it too far, and then they'll think like, well, if he don't pay for my meal every time, then he ain't a good man. So I think as long as she don't take it too far, I don't think that's a bad thing.
What do you think about that, Hassan?
No, I think that's the correct way because I think what she's realizing is that feminism is not the way when she sees that the man is like she said, innately there was something feral that went off in her that she knew that this was like the correct way. The feminism thing is her paying and like being equal and this and that. So I think it kind of restores the order when he just kind of lays down the law like that. Like, nah, here's the card, boo.
So you think he should have left his credit card and went to the toilet?
I mean, you gotta have discernment. You gotta have discernment on the situation. And
there ain't that much discernment in the world. I ain't leave my credit card.
Well, I think that night he took her out to dinner and to the bar, so I don't think it was wrong for him to pay for it.
Anchor baby, come here.
I only think that it's wrong when the woman, like, now she expects it. She shouldn't be expecting it every time. But I think that was good. And women love to be taken care of. And I think they should be.
What do you say about that? Patricia talking about when she just loved it.
He might have spoiled her a little bit. But it also kind of just seems right when the man is handling it, right, and decisive about what it's going to be.
Absolutely, yeah. It definitely is right for him to be decisive. And she said the feminism came out of her body. What came out of the body?
That's what I mean.
That like, phony world where
what's the feminism that came out?
Yeah, like
the fake equality stuff.
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah, realizing that it's you talking to someone? Realizing that it's okay to be a woman, be a lady,
the feminism that came out about her?
The false idea of what a woman should be like.
Because the feminism in her wants to pay for it.
And what was the feminism that left her body though?
That she wanted to be submissive. She felt like she wanted to be submissive. She wanted to be a woman. Like she was like, wow, this is actually not so bad. This is actually how it should be.
What was the feminism that came out about?
She got possessed
cold,
by money.
Dry, standoffish poser in her left.
It left her body.
Uh-huh.
You know what it really was is that he acted as a real man in it, and he performed an exorcism on her in that moment.
I know what the feminism was that came out of her body.
What?
I can't say on the air. Remember how I couldn't say how you make a boy?
Hold the cough button. That's it.
Remember how
The cough button won't cover it up because we got 3 mics on in the room.
You know how I couldn't say what it takes to make a boy the first time when you make a baby?
Yeah.
I can't say that on the air.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what came out of her body.
That's true. That's what made her act right.
Now he trying to figure out what.
No.
Oh, God.
I already know, too. I'm just not going to say either.
Right. Do you know Hassan?
For the sake of being in on it, yes.
Oh, God. So the feminism left her body. What was that feminism that left her body? I know. It happens every time. Here's another woman waking up for Fox in her late 30s. A woman in her late 30s realized she wanted marriage and kids, and feel betrayed by feminism. Watch this from Fox.
Now, her article in Business Insider reads, quote, "I'm 38 and single, and I recently realized I want a child. I'm terrified that I've missed my opportunity."
I was constantly fed this idea that women can do everything. We don't really need men. Women can have the great career and have the kids that they like and change the tires and do this. I feel unbelievably betrayed by feminism. I grew up thinking, and men are great, but like I can do all the same things. I do feel in many ways betrayed by that line of thinking. I kind of want to go back to some of those teachers and coaches and say, what the hell did you mean by that? I don't want to wake up at 60 by myself and go, well, I had a lot of fun. It's like I want to wake up 60 next to the love of my life, raising a family, doing the things that are really important and the things that really matter. I don't think you're going to be on your deathbed one day and look back and go, I wish I went to more parties.
Amazing. You say, Hake?
It's interesting how all the bad ideas that we take in and just go with and just waste our lives, our time with.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Listen to the world, the people of the world. You say?
Yeah, I think...
These are my experts, by the way, too, folks.
She can't entirely blame, though, the people or the teachers, because she's a grown woman. She could at any point made a change. But obviously these people, we know that they've been indoctrinating people for a long time. But I had a family member who, if I could say it quickly, I had a family member who was taught the same things by her parents. And they push it, even the grandparents, push it. And she got it, she's successful. And now they don't even tell her, like, wow, I'm proud of you. They say, now you ain't even got no baby. Where's your baby at? So now they ridicule her for not having a baby. And she tells me all the time, like, I don't get it.
Give them the finger and tell them to shut up. What a mess.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
A setup.
Yeah.
What do you say to that, Hassan?
Yeah, it's just, it's unfortunate that a lot of these women from their mothers and from society and culture, they've been kind of turned into men, A lot of these women and this feminism movement has made women act like men. And so, yeah, it's an unfortunate thing.
I understand that she was brainwashed to believe all that mess growing up by the so-called experts, her parents, I guess, and the experts. And now she's stuck, but she is to blame, as Hake said, because as adults, each individual is responsible for their own life. Nobody else is. So, but I understand it. What a mess.
Yeah.
Should women live with their parents?
No, I think they should leave too.
They should move out the way men should.
Yeah.
So women should move out too.
Yeah, I think so.
You say yes to that or no?
I don't know.
I kind of do say yes to that because they get so. Some of them get so attached to their parents, or especially their mother.
Yeah.
And they keep in touch with them way too much anyway, as it is. And I think that part of demonstrating your ability to be responsible and run a home for your husband is running your life for yourself.
Yeah.
Whether you get a husband or not, then you're just going to be better off. Because, like, all the educated people are the ones who are not having the babies. Whites especially. But it may just never happen because people have, been brainwashed and self-sabotaged their lives. So it's best to be able to be on your own.
Should women live with their parents as adults? I'm sorry.
I mean, it's tough to say, and I know you're not gonna like this, but I think
who's not gonna like it?
Well, you, but I think if
no, don't be based on what I'm gonna think about.
I think if they have a good father, I think it's better that they stay maybe a little longer with the father than being on their own.
Well, this is for Reddit. TikTok get kicked out of the house for not paying. TikToker get kicked out of the house for not paying rent. Watch this from TikTok.
That mean you're a bully.
I'm not even a bully. You literally detonate me, misgender me, and tell me that, like...
Asking for updates, and I'm going to update and also clear some things up. Apparently, it's not clear to people that I am mentally and physically disabled.
Golly. Man.
We're laughing with her,
she
not
can
at her.
say that again. I'm laughing at her.
Oh.
Man.
She's not too mentally disabled. She went on TikTok and made a video.
Man. If I could play the devil's advocate a little bit with is that the only thing that I'm unsure about is if they do end up getting out on their own, that the ego takes over. Because like there is like a natural nature. It seems that like women should be okay with being taken care of as far as financially goes. And it seems like when they're at home with good fathers, they may stick with that. But it also is kind of like, well, if they go out on their own, will they get into the feminist thing? Like, I don't need a man, and then end up not falling back into the thing.
If the ladies don't move out, they may end up like this. Watch this from TikTok. If they don't move out, they can end up like this.
Do you recite the alphabet from start to finish without singing it?
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
A, C, B, D, E, F, G, H, I, F, N, G, H, I, C, K, L, M, N, O, P, H, Q, E, S, H, Q, E, S, I, T, E.
Okay. All right.
Oh my God!
It's confusing sometimes.
You think she didn't? You think this gal didn't move out or did move out?
I don't know, but you end up like that if you don't move out. That's for sure.
Oh,
but I don't know her situation. She was drunk, according to the report, and then she got stopped by the police, and they were having to walk the line and recite the alphabet.
Her last letters were ITE. What a mess.
What a mess!
Oh my God.
I have more proof, by the way, that the earth is round and not flat.
Nice.
It is round and not flat. And we did go to the moon. We're about to go back again. Now, back in a moment. I totally disagree with the way things are going, but you can't be angry because that's what the enemy wants. He wants to control you. They do things to make you mad so they can control you. It's like being married, and the wife would do things to make you mad, or she'll do things to make you feel good. And men do that to women too when they want something from the woman, especially sex. They'll make her feel good, or they'll make her angry. And the woman's gonna have to say, you don't want to be angry. You want to speak up. You want to disagree with what's going on. It's wrong, but do not be angry. Then you won't have fear. You won't have doubt. You won't have worries. You'll be able to see, but you got to stay away from anger. That's why you must forgive your mothers and your fathers so that you can overcome the spirit of anger. It's a spirit and it's wicked. Nothing good in anger because it has no love, folks. You need love to defeat evil. And love is not a weakness. It's a strength. It's from God. It's his nature.
A whole lot of mess going on in the world. This is the end of hour one of Female Monday on the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It's January 8th, AD 2024. Stay tuned for hour two. JLP will be right back to more great stories and your calls. There is one line open. You can call in right now during Hake News, not fake news. 888-77-JESSE. 1-888-775-3773. You dial that number, even on Skype. It's free from overseas. Awesome. Moon controversy, commie nonsense network. CNN reports a massive rocket launched from Florida earlier today, Monday, carrying what may be the first commercial lander to touch down on the moon, if it does successfully, with humans' remains. According to the CNN headline, it sparked opposition, that aspect of it, from the Navajo Nation, the largest group of American Indians. The group contends that allowing remains to touch down on the lunar surface would be an affront to many so-called indigenous cultures, which regard the moon to be sacred. Celestis offers to carry ashes to the moon for prices starting at more than $10,000, according to the company's website. I guess that's the company doing it. The historic mission, because they wrote about it, that's all that caused it historic, could set the tone for NASA, which does not mean lies. Look it up. It was fact-checked. It does not mean to deceive. To explore the lunar surface for the first time in more than 50 years. And Boeing. Is it Boeing or is it Alaska Airlines? Commie Nonsense Network, CNN reports the missing part of the Alaska Airlines aircraft that blew off mid-flight didn't happen on Anchor Baby Airlines, American Anchor Baby, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific time, Monday through Thursday, noon. Fridays, 4 p.m., American Anchor Baby, Nick Stream, has been found in a backyard in Portland, Maine or Portland, Oregon. A school teacher reached out, meaning contacted, to the National Transportation Safety Board after he found missing Boeing 737 MAX 9 fuselage door plug in his yard. The agency said federal investigators have been searching for the missing part since it blew off this aircraft, an airplane. Hole blew into it, and they had to emergency land. Nobody got sucked out, though. Passenger plane. By Saturday, that after taking off from Portland on Friday, I'm presuming Portland, Oregon, but it could have been Portland, Maine. They don't say here. And I'm not totally up on this story. By Saturday, the FAA, Federal Aviation Association or something like that, ordered all Boeing 737 MAX 9 aircraft to be grounded until they carefully inspected. Meanwhile, the FAA, Boeing's primary regulator, faces increasing scrutiny of their own, the FAA's own, after a recent series of airline delays and near misses, so-called near misses, where they come near, but they do miss between planes, as well as criticism for giving aircraft makers too much freedom to regulate themselves, supposedly, during the certification process. And Israel drama. Secretary of State, joke of a Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, not a Christian, is visiting the Middle East for a week-long trip aimed at de-escalating tensions in the region. Yeah, like he'll be successful at that. He's such a mama. Antony Blinken is holding talks with officials about the next phase of Israel's military campaign, post-war plans for Gaza. Conflict surpasses the 3-month mark, by the way. On Sunday, Israel's president said the resettlement of Palestinians out of Gaza is absolutely not Israel's position. So they don't want to clean them of the area, clean them from the area. It comes after some Israeli cabinet members called for the forced displacement of Palestinians in parts of the Gaza Strip. The UN, evil United Nations, says nearly 90% of the 2 million people living in Gaza have been forcibly displaced from the enclave since the October 7th Hamas attack. And a storm's blowing through. Winter weather in store for the southeast today. Powerful storm, heavy rain, and threat of tornadoes in winter. And it's going to also head further north. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP, Hour 2.
To stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the second hour of the show today. I'm going to get to your calls here. There's one line open at 888-7753, 773-888-77. Jesse, brand new biblical question for this week. Brand new biblical question. Do you have confidence? Do you have confidence? Amazing question. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JesseLeePeterson.com/show. JesseLeePeterson.com/show. And if you're out and about anywhere in the world doing whatever you're doing, you can still listen to the show, walking, jogging, working out, making breakfast, lunch, and dinner, yelling at your husband or your wife, or whatever, fighting. You can be listening to the show on your iPhone or iPad by calling the listen line at 641-793-1500. 641-793-1500. And don't forget to follow us on Rumble. You got to know how to rumble.com/Jesse Lee Peterson and cozy.tv/JLP, where Christ is King. Christ is King on cozy.tv/JLP. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to Buy Me a Coffee. BuyMeACoffee.com/Jesse Lee JLP Talk, or rebuildingtheman.com. Rebuildingtheman.com. Brand new Monday, every Monday now, from this day forward, is Female Monday.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
Amazing. Female Mondays. We take the lady calls as they come in, but men, we take all calls, to be honest. But Female Monday. Okay? Amazing. Let me go quickly to Jason out of Buffalo, New York. Jason, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up, man?
All is well.
Hey, why'd you make that lady cry yesterday?
I'm sorry?
I was watching your church, and you made that lady cry yesterday. Why you be doing that?
What lady did I make cry?
That lady that was in the crowd that, like, every time she come listen to you, like, why did she put it, like, I would like to ask her, why did she put herself through that? Like, talking to you just to go sit up there and cry like that. But how
did I make her cry?
You don't know how, like, somebody's searching for like answers and stuff like that, and you telling people stuff that is like impossible, your details, you say like you just
Like
search,
what's
like,
impossible that I said to her?
Like, hold on, what did you say yesterday? You said like, oh, you said you'll find perfect love. Like you say, you tell people you can find perfect love through the silent prayer. That's right. I'm correct, right?
And you said that's impossible?
Yeah, that's impossible.
Why do you say that's impossible?
Because first of all, like you have like if it was perfect, if the prayer was perfect, then like you would only have like if you the first time you did the prayer, like it would work that way if it was perfect.
What do you mean by that?
Like, you know, when you start your car, you know, like the perfect start is anytime your car starts. It is perfect whenever your car starts. So, like, when the prayer, so the change would be like, the change would be consistent from that moment.
How do you know that?
What you mean, how do I know that? Like, that's what normally what happens. When you start
How do you
taking
know
medicine,
that's what happens?
No. I mean, just like you don't know parallelism and you don't know symbolism, but I'm going to try to explain
I don't know
it to you.
parallelism or symbolism?
Or symbolism. I'm gonna try
That's
to
the
give you
same thing, anti-Semitism?
No, it's not. An example, symbolism and anti-Semitism is two different things.
What's the difference?
Why do people listen
What's
to you
the
like
difference
that?
between symbolism and anti-Semitism?
Anti-Semitism is people that hate like the Jewish faith because of because they are Jews, because of like their religion, because of like
You love
how
the
they
Jews?
worship God. Huh?
You love, If you can, you can hear. You love the Jews?
Do I love the Jews? I don't know. I told you before that concept of love. I don't agree with your.
Do you love the Jews?
I'm gonna say I don't love anything. See, your concept of love, I don't have that same concept of love. So I'm gonna say no.
So you don't love the Jews?
What is your definition of love?
You don't love the Jews?
I don't. What is your definition of love?
Do you love the Jews?
Like that is not like if you're not going. You give me the definition of love.
You don't know what the definition of love is?
I mean, your definition of love, so I'll make sure I answer it in the right context.
But what your definition of love? Do you love the Jews?
No, it doesn't like that. Like, see that like my definition of love. As far as my definition of love, then like I have no concept of like that's what I'm saying. Like the concept.
You have
and the
no
context is
concept of
important.
love.
I have like no concept of a worldwide love. I have no concept of love of nothing that is attached to me. Something I have no.
Are you black?
Are you gonna give me an explanation of love? Are you gonna tell me give me a
I'm
definition
asking
of love?
you based on your idea of love. Do you love the Jews?
That like my idea does my idea doesn't matter. I gave you my based on my idea and concept. Like I don't have no worldwide love like that. I don't have no universal like love like that. Now explain to me your definition.
Since you
of
don't
love.
have any universal love, that are you based on your lack of universal love? Do you love the Jews?
I'm gonna have to say no. Now, what is your definition of love?
Amazing.
What is your definition of love now?
Not hating.
Not hating.
Right. When you don't have anger, you have love.
No. See, that doesn't work. You gotta have a.
How do you know it doesn't work? Did you try it?
No. It's a deeper explanation because like you could be. So you're saying you can't be neutral about something. You can't have like like it or not like it. You can't be neutral about something. You either gotta love or hate it.
If you don't love all, you love none.
Where is that at? That's in the Bible?
Yes.
Where?
It's in the Word.
It's in the New Testament or Old Testament?
You read the Bible.
Oh, yes, I've read the Bible.
No, you haven't.
How you going to tell me what I've done?
If you had read the Bible, you would know about that.
I mean, I don't know exactly. Like, I don't
you
remember
ain't read no Bible?
You think I know, like, so you know every detail in the Bible, my dude?
I'm sorry?
You know every detail in the Bible without having to look it up?
What?
Do you know every detail in the Bible? You know every scripture in the Bible by memory without having to look it up?
No.
But you read the Bible though, right?
Never. I've never read the whole Bible.
So how do you so you just pick and choose? So you just pick and choose stuff out the Bible that you feel fit to tell people to get them to give you money?
I read that. But anyway, back to the lady that you said I made cry. I didn't make her cry.
Yeah. Yes, you did. See,
you can't make another person cry. That doesn't even make sense.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
So you're trying to yes, you can.
No, you can't.
people can, like, yes,
No,
people
you
can,
can't.
yes,
You
yes, you
cannot
can.
make another person cry. Where you get that
Yes, you
from?
can. Yes, you can. Yes,
Can
you
you
ever
make
had your heart
another
broke?
person cry?
Hold up. Yeah, I've made many people cry.
How you make them
I've done
cry?
it. But my conversation, my words, the way my angles about stuff, the way I attack people's flaws and characteristics about themselves. Yes, I done made many people cry, my dude. I done did that before.
And how do you feel about that?
How do I feel about it? They deserved it. That's how I feel about it.
And so you felt good about making them cry?
No, whenever the truth comes out, I feel great whenever the truth comes out.
So you
Whenever
felt
people
good
get-
about making them cry?
It's not about people making, like, see, it's like you try to make it about that when it's not about that. It's
No,
about
I'm
the
asking,
truth.
did you feel good about making them cry?
As far as making them cry, like that's not my that wasn't my concern. It's not even feeling good about that. I
But
felt
you
good about the
said you
truth.
made them cry.
Yes, I felt good about giving the truth out though. As long as the truth got out.
And how did you feel about making them cry?
That's not my concern.
Really?
My concern is the truth, not the making the person
But
cry.
and so when they cried, did you feel bad?
Nah, not at all.
Did you
They
feel
deserve
good?
it. They deserve to hear what they heard.
So did you feel good?
That lady did not deserve. The lady did not deserve the
Did you
mental
feel
abuse
good?
that you be giving her.
What?
Did I feel good? I felt good getting the truth. Why do you like? I don't understand. Like I said what I said, but you don't. Why that doesn't register to you?
I
Why
didn't
you
make
don't,
that
why
woman
doesn't go through your
cry.
head? Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Look. When somebody's coming to look and you forgot it, you're like, have you ever had your heart broke?
Where do broken hearts go?
I don't know. Whitney Houston was on drugs for a long time, so maybe that is something that she should. She never had it. She died before she was able to answer the question.
Jason.
She never answered the question. Now, can you explain? Like, no, you did make that lady cry. Like,
No,
'cause
I
you know,
didn't.
Look.
I can't
Have you
make
ever, like-
anyone cry. Why don't you take it? Believe it?
No,
I'm telling
hold
you,
on.
I can't make anyone cry.
Yeah,
Why
let
are
me
you
explain.
having an issue with that?
Let me explain it to you.
No, tell
Can
me
I
that
explain to you?
first.
Huh? Why? Because I don't like. It's true. That's what you did. And it's like-
I can't make anyone cry.
Yeah, can I explain it to you?
Yeah, real fast.
All right. These people, like the people at your church, come to you for guidance.
No, they
come
don't.
For you for, yeah. Okay. All right. So you're saying like the whole idea of church is not like a guidance, like you're not like a spiritual advisor to these people that you be talking to.
Right.
So you're saying you're not that. All right, that makes a lot of sense. But when you see, it's like
So
she's
now
like,
you see I
obviously-
didn't make her cry?
No. That's not even how you made her cry. Like you see, you tell people that the people are nothing. You shouldn't want for nothing, and then that's what you say, right?
Yeah.
That you shouldn't want. That's what you say, though. You shouldn't want for nothing.
You should want for
nothing.
nothing. Do you want for things?
Oh yes, I want to achieve stuff, and like
What
that's
do
how become a
What do you
success.
want for?
I want to be like a famous writer. I want to be president first, then I want to be like a famous writer.
Well, and neither one of those is going to work. Hang it up.
Oh, listen to you. Like you said Trump was going to win.
Do you believe that you're something?
Oh, I know that I'm something.
What are you?
I know that I'm somebody.
What are you?
I'm an educated black male that keep getting in the car accidents, that keep slowing my progress down. If it wasn't for car
You said you're a
accidents,
what?
I'm an educated black male.
You went to a black college?
Nah, I studied at different colleges.
So you
I know
believe that you're an educated black man?
No. I know that I'm educated.
Really?
That is not something. I got the paperwork to say that I done completed this and completed that.
That
And as
doesn't
far
mean
as,
you're
like-
educated, man. What's up?
Hold on. But do you
That's
know
not
what
proof
intelligence
that
is?
you're educated.
Oh, it proves a lot. Do you know what
No, it
intelligence
doesn't.
is? I'm about to explain to
Obama
you. Why
got
you
a
gotta-
piece of
why you gotta
paper.
yell? Why do you have to yell?
The Father
Why do you-
Messiah got, and Big Mama Michelle got papers that said that they're educated and they're dumb as a doorknob.
No, you are dumb as a doorknob. Let me explain.
No.
Let me explain to you. Do you know what intelligence is? Do you know what intelligence is?
No.
So okay, you don't know what
Yeah, I
intelligence
know what
is.
it
knowledge.
is. I know what it
so,
is.
So the ability to
I know what it
regurgitate
is.
information.
May I
like,
tell you what intelligence is?
What is it?
Evil.
Intelligence is evil.
Yes.
Now, how you gonna like? So if you like, just think about this. Think about your perspective of what intelligence is, what knowledge is, with everything that like you wouldn't even be on like if it wasn't for like knowledge and information and people using processes and testing theories, you wouldn't have no radio show because there wouldn't have been nobody to build the radio.
The white man built the show, man. What's up?
You saying the white man? You always like no. You got a white man. A white man is your battery in your back. Somebody hurt you. You like feces? All right.
But
Let me
Jason,
get this
let
out.
me tell you this. Let me say, hold on. Calm down.
Go ahead.
Calm down. Number one, I got to run, but number one, I didn't make the woman cry. She cried on her own.
Yes, you did.
I am not capable of making anyone cry,
Yes, you
and
are.
nor
Yes,
are
you did. Yes, you
you.
That's what you did.
You
Anybody,
think
yes, you are.
literally
Yup.
think that
Yup.
you can make
Yup.
somebody cry.
Yep. Can't
Yeah,
make people
you're
cry. I've done it
educated, all
before.
right.
Yes, I'm educated.
Jason, thank you, buddy.
Good
Call
night.
me
Good
again,
night.
all right?
Hey, can I just say?
Call me again. I gotta go. Super chat.
Super chats. Gavin from North Georgia bought 20 coffees. Very generous. Thank you. He says, thank you guys for all y'all do.
Amazing. Thank you for your support.
Matthew with 2 T's bought 10 coffees. When relaxing towards the devil instead of shying away, I realize it's not me and there is zero problem. Thank you, Bond crew.
Amazing. Thank you. Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it.
Red Silver Chum bought 5 coffees. On the Fallen State, while talking with Joseph Cohen, you were talking about the man and woman's God. He pointed out that the God below is not a God, quote unquote. It came to me that you could explain that the God below as a false idol or a false God if someone needs clarification.
Amazing. Thank you. And check out the Fallen State. It was Joseph, what's his name?
Joseph Cohen, according to Red Silver.
It was an amazing discussion with Joseph. He's a Jewish, what? Zionist, and proud of it. Not afraid to say it. As Hassan would say, he is based. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Red Silver Chum bought a second coffee, or a sixth coffee, I should say, for Hake / the producers. Nice tip. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Pass that along. Evgeny Crosby gave a diamond. Church with Jesse Lee Peterson in one word, amazing.
Amazing. If you were not there and or didn't catch it live, make sure you podcast. You'll see what Jason was talking about. He's talking about, I made a woman cry at church. I can't make nobody cry. What the? That don't even make sense. How you make somebody cry? Just think about it. How do you make somebody cry? You can't make another person cry. Amazing. Thank you.
Henry Ford Lives gave a diamond, so-called, quote-unquote, Judeo-Christianity, unquote. What a mess.
What?
Ha ha. So-called Judeo-Christianity. What a
do you mean,
mess.
so-called?
Ha ha. I don't know. That's what Henry Ford Lives wrote. He didn't explain.
Henry Ford Lives. What do you mean, so-called Judeo-Christian? Go ahead. Wait. That's all he said about it?
Yep. What a mess. Ha ha.
Explain yourself. Thank you, though.
Henry Ford Lives donated a Ninjagini also during church. The Star of David is not mentioned one time in the Old Testament or New Testament, but Star of Remphan is Acts 7:43. Crazy.
Nice. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Lily Poo donated on a Rumble
Lily
rant
Poo.
during church, giving a couple of Bible references. Matthew 7:17 and Psalm 23.
Bible Thumper Thursday.
Nice. And I have not looked up what those say.
Okay.
Thank you, Lily Poo.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
I'll check them out.
Yeah.
Matthew bought 3 coffees. I don't want to be successful. This is a reference to the question in church. Are you successful? Do you want to be successful? I am successful, and that's because I don't want. Having is better than wanting, he says.
Amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it. 2 super chat. Oh, hey.
Oh, yeah, I have those. I have those. Thank you, Sean, the producer. I actually received your email. I checked my emails this morning. I'm proud of me. Epstein's Ghost gave 1 donation. Hey, JLP, this is Tony's brain from California. Tell him I'm not coming back. He black.
Amazing. Thank you.
Epstein's Ghost gave a second super chat. This is Hassan's dog. The guy screaming at the end of the Hake report. That's how Hassan gets when he gets mad. Take it easy on him, Joel. Also, hi, JLP.
Hi. Epstein ghost. Thank you.
Someone bought you a coffee. Hey, Jesse and experts. How do you know if you are suffering for righteousness' sake? How do you know if you're being righteous or just think you are?
If you think you're being righteous, you're not. That's how you know. And I don't know what you mean by suffering for righteousness' sake. What does that mean?
You stand up, kind of like you stand up for what's right and the world comes after you type of thing, maybe?
But how is that suffering?
Light and momentary suffering.
What?
Like what Trump is going through.
You think Trump is suffering?
No, but it's like, in a sense, he's suffering, having to deal with all these people trying to take him off the ballot and put him in jail and all that stuff. It's like a little, as the Bible describes it, light and momentary suffering.
Is that what it says?
Something like that.
The Bible called it light and momentary suffering? What does that mean?
I don't know. Ask Paul.
Who?
Paul, the apostle who wrote that. Something like that.
Where's Paul now?
In heaven with our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
I rest my case. But how do you suffer for righteousness' sake? That doesn't make sense.
Jesus was righteous and he suffered.
You think Jesus suffered?
Oh, yeah.
How?
Well, they turned on him and then they beat him and then they crucified him.
And you call that suffering?
Yeah, it seems like suffering to me.
In
my imagination, I picture it being suffering.
And so your imagination showed you that was suffering?
No, the Bible told me it was suffering.
Oh, it did?
Yes.
It said Jesus suffered like that?
Yep.
By getting beat?
Well, I didn't say that was suffering, but it did say that he suffered.
Right, but did it say because he got beat, it had to tear the cross?
No, I just put that part in. I connected the dots. Maybe the dots shouldn't have been connected like that.
Are you like a Bible thumping Thursday person?
Yeah.
So you put that together yourself?
Just all by my lonesome. I breathed in like I was going to talk, but I wasn't going to talk.
Oh.
You thought I was going to talk?
No.
Okay. So what's your answer? How do you know if you're suffering for righteousness' sake?
You would know.
Sorry, Lin Yan Chin. I added an extra syllable.
Oh, what was the extra syllable?
This person said righteousness' sake.
Oh. But what was the question again?
How do you know if you are suffering for righteousness' sake? And how do you know if you're being righteous or just think you are?
To think that you're being righteous is not, and to suffer for righteousness' sake is to die from the ego. To let go.
Nice. I like that.
Like what?
Your answer.
You still think because you were beaten, they had to walk down the road?
Whatever. Moving on. We don't need to dwell on Hake's inaccuracies.
You put the two together?
I put the two dots together and maybe they shouldn't have been there. You remember my hand motion that I unconsciously did.
Okay.
Lauren bought 15 coffees.
That was Lin Chin?
No, that was someone. I apologize to Lin Yan Chin because he doesn't like superfluous syllables.
Oh.
Yeah, unnecessary stuff.
Oh, okay.
If it's not necessary, cut it out. Lauren bought...
Is he white?
No, he's black and Asian.
Oh, the Asian part of him.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But he's also Jamaican. Jamaicans are smart, too.
He black, Asian, and Jamaican?
Well, the black part is Jamaican.
Oh, he's from Jamaica.
And the Asian part is Chinese, I think. But I don't want to dox him any further than that.
Right.
Lauren bought...
Thank you.
15 coffees. Mr. Jesse, please move to Huntsville, Alabama. Best Mamma Mia place in Alabama to live! ! We could be neighbors. When you get old and senile, you can move in with my family. I got you covered, man. Much love to you and the crew. Amazing. Laughing face emoji with tears.
Sweet home, Alabama. Thank you so much for the invite. I'll keep it on my mind. Amazing.
Nangiti bought a coffee. Hi, Jesse. What is religion? Are you religious?
Oh, I asked that question yesterday, huh?
Yeah.
Yesterday I asked in the fellowship, are you religious? And yes, I am.
And what is religion?
A word.
So you're having to do with a word? Called religion?
Religion is just a word.
Right on. All right.
Thank you.
I don't know. Maybe you owe her more of an explanation. She did buy a coffee.
What the hell you want me to say?
I don't know. Maybe she's satisfied with it. I don't need to speak for her. No,
religious is just a word, and supposedly it's supposed to identify as being a religious person, like believing in God and all that. But in all honesty, it's just a word. That's all it is. Thank you.
No Mo Thoughts bought a coffee. Hi, Jesse. Any chance of getting a new silent prayer video? I sometimes listen to the old 12-minute and 15-minute videos to focus after I notice I've just been sitting in my thoughts while I was supposed to be watching.
Well, if you sit in your thought with those, you can just gonna sit in your cloud with a new one. Wasn't it different?
Is that a no? No chance?
The thoughts. Well, I'm not going to say never, no,
right.
But I don't have any plans to do it right now. But just watch the thought. Don't sit in them. Well, you can sit in them while you're watching yourself sitting in them. Amazing. Thank you.
Several Cash App donations, or at least a few. A few from Chalice saying thanks.
Welcome.
John says support.
Thanks.
And Matthew says Bond is the best.
Amazing. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Thank you very much and appreciate your support.
Urinal Chills, a subscriber, monthly subscriber on Rumble, Jesse Lee Peterson Rumble.
You got to know how to rumble.
Reacting to the introduction of Female Monday.
Female Monday. Get the word out, ladies and gentlemen. Female Monday.
Urinal Chill says, oh, no.
Urinal Cheer?
He says, oh, no.
No, you don't want Female Monday?
I don't know if he doesn't want it. He just said, oh, no.
Is that a happiness or what?
Didn't sound necessarily happy.
Well, thank you, though. What did the other person say?
Urinal Chills?
Just before him.
Oh. Bond is the best. Matthew Etchie.
Oh, so
Urinal Chills is a monthly supporter, and he said, oh, no, in reaction to Female Monday.
Female Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, he just said, oh, no. What the? I don't know if that's an oh, no right on. Oh, no. Thank you, though.
Beta No More bought a coffee. Jesse, men's forum was amazing. After the meeting, I drove all the way to Bakersfield, knocked on my mom's front door. When she answered, I slapped her. It was that good. She called the cops on me. I just got released. First thing I did was grab a bag of Alpha jersey and enjoyed my freedom. Can't wait for the next men's forum.
Amazing. No violence. Amazing. I get the message. Thank you.
Unto Thee bought 3 coffees. Female Monday is inefficient. Why not Whoa Monday? Whoa, get it? Whoa Monday?
Whoa Monday.
Woman Day? Whoa Monday? Also, why not Manhood Monday and Womanhood Wednesday? Eve didn't come before Adam. What the? Double exclamation mark, double question mark.
Well, we got Manhood Hour before we came up with Female Monday, so the man did come first. But Female Monday says it all. It covered the whole deal. But thank you for the suggestion and the support.
Charlotte bought a coffee. Jesse, the Bible clearly says that man has domain over the earth. So how is paying and taking care of the woman on a date any different? Come on, man.
What?
The Bible clearly states that man has domain over the earth. How is paying and taking care of the woman on a date any different?
They're referring to our discussion about first date thing.
Yes, from the first hour.
Are they saying that? But we're talking about if the woman invite the man out. It's clear, I think, if the man invite the woman, he should pay. But with most people, they're not sure if the woman invite the man, should he pay. Am I right?
Right.
Yeah. If the woman invites you out, you should pay.
The woman should pay?
Yeah, the woman should pay. because suppose you don't have any money anyway. You know what I mean? And you're going out to dinner and you're not ready for it yet.
Soul Conscious bought 5 coffees.
Thank you, though.
Jesse, amazing church. Shout out to Ladies Monday.
Amazing. Thank you. Check out Fellowship, rebuildingtheman.com. rebuildingtheman.com/church. Let me take a quick break and I'll be right back. We have a counseling service, and I have to admit, thanks to God, it is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, they have rough lives, they're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven. The Hake Report is coming up at 9 a.m. this morning, Monday through Friday, thehakereport.com. And then Joel Friday TV, he black, is now Monday through Thursday. We're trying to work out Friday as well, but Monday through Thursday, Joel Friday TV at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And after Joel Friday, the American Anchor Baby. The American Anchor Baby at 12 Pacific time. You don't want to miss it. Amazing, huh? So some of you may know we're building a 24-hour talk network, and it's all men for 24 hours a day. And so Joel started with, like most of the guys did, with one day, and now he's at the 4 days. And we're trying to get him to 2 hours at least, but 1 hour right now. And then the next slide, until we get one person at a time, until we get 24-hour network happening here. Thank you for your support to make that happen. So now Joel Friday TV is Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. All right? And if you, for personal shout-outs, birthday shout-outs, congratulations, graduation, weddings, encouragements, go to Cameo, CAMEO.com/Jesse Lee Peterson, CAMEO.com. And check out our merch, amazing merch, at rebuildingtheman.com/store. Let's just finish those super chats and then we move on.
Super chats. Superman's daddy bought a coffee. Jesse, please get Sean to make a compilation with you and the guy who called named Jason. Your conversations with him are legendary. What the?
Jason said that he's an educated black man.
Nice. Right on, Jason.
That's right, Jason. You're educated, okay?
You don't have to be all condescending about it.
What do you mean?
You sound sarcastic.
How?
Don't even make me get into it.
He said he was educated.
Right, but you're all treating him like a mama.
What do you mean?
Pretending to treat him like a mama.
How?
Trying to confirm his self-aggrandizement.
Give me an example.
You're an educated man, okay?
You're right. You're educated. And you can make people cry.
All right. Moving on.
Thank you.
Woozy gave a Rumble rant. I feel for women who bought the lie of feminism. For many women, in my opinion, having children inspires them to wake up. And the ones who believed they should only live for themselves will never get that chance.
Amazing. What a sad way to live, huh? Thank you.
WD41 donated a Ninja Guinea. Thanks for the mind-blowing shows. I just watched the last Fallen State episode, too.
Check it out. It was like amazing conversation. The Fallen State.tv. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Cactus Eater Bear donated a diamond on D Live. Happy First Woman Monday. So far, so good. Smiley face emoji.
It's not Woman Monday. It's Female Monday. Say it right so that the people will get it clear. But thank you. It's Female Monday. Amazing. Thank you. Not woman.
And thank you, guys. That's all for now.
Amazing. Thank you. I got proof that the earth is flat. I mean round.
All right.
My producer's not going to like this.
How do you know?
Because he thinks the earth is flat.
But he may still like it.
Oh, he would?
He's a good sport.
I know that. Well, he's a flat earther.
Right.
I was stunned with his. I thought he was joking.
Yeah.
I saw in a report this morning that a private, I think they said private spaceship company or something.
Yeah.
Is about to take another, they said, another trip to the moon. And there are people who think the first trip never happened to the moon. They about to go back again to the moon. And they didn't say they were going up the Earth to the moon. They were going around the Earth to the moon.
Oh, really?
Well, they didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that.
Yeah.
Because the Earth looked like this.
It looks like the firmament, like a dome. Like a semi-hemisphere?
Like that, yeah.
Sweet. Because he's holding a flat Earth model with a hemispherical dome over it called the firmament.
The Earth is like that.
A half ball? Or a ball?
Round, a ball.
Nice.
Nice.
I agree.
So they're going back to the moon, all you people who think that they never went to the moon. You better wake up before you break up. Sean said, I heard there was a new Star Wars movie coming out too. Yeah, Joe.
It sounds sarcastic.
Oh, he said it never happened. Oh, Hassan said it never happened. Oh, Star Wars movie never came out?
Joel calls it CGI. Computer graphics, something. Visual effects.
No, Star Wars definitely came out. Moon landing never happened.
Oh, are you one of those guys too?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You don't believe that we went to the moon? That America went to the moon?
Nah.
Wow. You believe that a dog should live in a house?
I do believe that, but I just don't believe we went to the moon.
Oh, okay, then I rest my case.
Intelligence.
All the way. You believe that, Hake?
No, I believe the normal stuff.
We went to the moon?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yep.
Oh, amazing. Thank you, Hake.
Yeah, thank you.
Let me go to Hayden out of Indiana. There's a line open, 888-7753-773. Hayden, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Mr. Peterson, how you doing?
All is well, sir.
Good. So I've been watching a lot of your clips on YouTube, and you have like a lot of things to say about, some of the problems within the U.S. specifically. If you had to choose, there's so many problems with our country right now. If you had to choose one thing, what would you die down on as the worst thing for our country right now?
The worst thing on earth?
For our country, like what's the worst? What's the cause? What would you say is the one cause of the problems going on in our country.
The men and women have been turned away from the father.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I feel like the biggest thing is, well, one of the biggest things is having women in power, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. If men had not been turned away from their fathers, women would not be in charge in so-called leadership role, and because women were not, as you know, they were not created to lead, they were created to follow. But because men were turned away from their father, they don't know how to keep women in their place.
Right. And you notice, like, in the 1900s and stuff, this stuff never, like, they were fighting for women's rights and stuff and all that crap. And we didn't have as many problems back then as we do now.
Right. And it's only going to get worse. And
horrible.
Hassan mentioned in Thursday night meeting, we don't normally talk about what happens there, but he made a very good point. There was a time in America when the only people who could vote were people who owned land. And that was because men were in charge, and they knew that if you own land, your values were different than those who don't own land. And so you were only allowed to vote if you own land. We need to go back to that. There was a time when women could not vote because they were too emotional.
Exactly.
And they allowed women to vote, and look what they were voting in. It's mind-blowing. And so that was also a time, Hayden, when men were men, boys were boys, men were in control. If a breakup happened between a husband and a wife, the children would stay with the father because they knew, the husband and the wife knew that the father was more mentally incapable of raising the children than the mother.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Amazing.
And you said that the men owned the land. That's when men were men back then.
Yes.
And it's just like, it's so sad to see. I mean, like, everything's just transitioned completely. And I'm 20 years old right now, and it's sad to say, but my generation's screwed.
Yeah, but you don't have to be just because they are. You stay on that straight and narrow path. You live your life, not based on anyone else's life around you, and you'll be fine in the midst of all the storm. You'll be fine.
Right.
All right. Have you forgiven your mother?
Yes, I have. And I've unfortunately been in a case where, I've had to forgive her because my parents split up when I was younger, and there was just like a lot of drama going on and stuff. So, yes, I have forgiven my mother, yes.
What did she say when you went to her and forgave her?
She was very emotional. I think she understood where she came from, because, like, this past year, we've had, like, some family issues and stuff, and she was very emotional about it, and I wrote this long thing in my Christmas card to her, and she cried about it. So.
And so when you forgave her, did you face her or you wrote a letter?
I faced her, but this past year was pretty hard for our family, so I wrote her a long letter, and she cried about that. But I did do it to her in person last year, actually.
And did you forgive your father?
Yes.
Okay. And so how's your life going?
My life, I stay out of the family drama and stuff.
Nice.
So my life's been fine, yes.
Good, man. We're stay on that path, and it just get better and better and better. Amazing call. Thank you, man.
Yeah. One more thing. Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Do you mind giving me your funniest Mommy Africa?
Mommy Africa? Mommy Africa. Amazing. Amazing.
Hey, thank you so much. And I'm so sorry you had to start out your morning with that idiot Jason.
Oh, no problem. He's an educated black man.
Oh, I know. He had to tell you he was dedicated too, didn't he?
Yeah, and he can make people cry.
You're awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Peterson.
All right, buddy. Take care. 888-7753-773. Colin out of Texas. Colin, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse. How you doing this morning?
All is well. Thank you for calling.
Well, this is my second time calling in, and you gave me some excellent advice. I was just recently married when I first met you, had my first daughter on the way, married a Mexican.
Are you white?
I am white.
What made you marry a Mexican?
I've tried white women, and they annoy the hell out of me.
But, meaning what?
And it's because of my mother, and it's because of my relationship with my mother.
Oh, I see.
Now, yeah, no, it's like I totally get that.
But the Mexican
but
woman going to do the same thing if you don't overcome it.
And I am finding that out. No doubt about it. Because, and my question was, do we not all, men and women, share the same consciousness?
Do we not all? That's
No,
a
do
very
we
interesting
all-
question. One thing, if I'm hearing you correctly, is yes, all men and women who are in the fallen state has the mind of evil, the nature, the mind of evil, which is of the devil, which is evil. And all men and women who have overcome evil has the mind of God, the consciousness, the mind of God. So if you mean it that way, yes.
That makes sense. And I think that breathes life into the question of what a lot of people are struggling to understand is when we call it the fallen state, people don't. The ego is so deeply driven within us through generations of what we would call trauma, even though trauma happens from moment to moment, and you can forget it and forget it in a moment, like forget and forgive in a moment. It just seems odd to me that, so here, this is really the crux of my question. What I've seen happen in the modern world, I love history just because I feel like our ancestors had a better understanding of where we came from than we do. It feels like we've forgotten a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge, and I don't say that as a precursor to anything. I just say that as a way of saying I'm humble to people that know more than I do. What I see happening in the modern world right now is the greatest evil I think I've ever read about. Would you agree with that?
You said based on what you see right now?
Based on what I see in conjunction with my understanding of history, as limited as that is.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I mean, if you read the Old Testament, exactly what happened in the Old Testament is happening now.
Yeah, but it was compartmentalized. Now it's globalized. Now we're all doing it to each other all across the planet.
But it has always been that way. And that's why Christ came, the Father sent the Son so that he can create a new world, a new reality, a world of perfect love and peace, perfect peace, but it's within us. And that's why he said, go within and live from within. And if you live from within, you're going to live the New Testament, the new order, the new life, rather than living from without and living the old life, which still exists inside of human beings that have anger.
Yeah.
The Old Testament.
I don't want to have. Go ahead. Sorry.
The Old Testament is created out of anger, and anyone who has anger has been turned away from God, and they're living the Old Testament.
Because I don't want to have anger anymore. I'm tired of seeing all this.
Good. Do you have? You still
I'm
have
quite
it?
frankly overwhelmed.
You are overwhelmed.
It feels overwhelming, and I know that I'm not the only one. I know there's a lot of people out there. That feel
Everybody
this way.
and their mama, absolutely. So, what feels overwhelming? What's happening in the world, or what's happening with your anger?
In the world, I don't know how to integrate, and when I see governments running psychological warfare programs, intentionally trying to dumb down people, trying to kill them off. Now, I understand that's always happened throughout human history. We've always had these problems.
Yes.
But seeing it on such of a massive scale where the so-called little people are having a hard time standing up and knowing their place in which to say, I mean, I know my place was, so I ran for city council in my town. I'm trying to build a coalition of Christians, trying to bring all the churches together so that we can we may not agree on everything, but we can agree that the government has no right to do what they've been trying to do to us, and that's been working, and God's been blessing that, and I'm very grateful for that. But at the same time, it's hard to be. It feels like I'm the only one seeing this, even though I'm not. It's just there's not a forum or a place where people can come to. Except I would say your show is one of. Sorry, go ahead. Yep.
No, finish your point.
We've all been compartmentalized, and we have this rare opportunity with the internet and with this new media to start telling the truth.
So you are bothered by what the government is doing to the people?
It's not so much the government, because I know evil will always do evil. It's seeing the people that are naive, that aren't. They may have a predilection or a problem. Like, I'm an evil. Like, I've done evil throughout my life.
But are you bothered by what you see happening with the people outside of you?
Because I see them in me.
I said, are you bothered by what you see happening to the people?
Yes, because I see them in me.
And what?
I feel like I am them.
And why are you bothered by it?
I don't know what to do. I don't feel like we have a manual for this.
There's nothing you can do.
This is a complicated problem.
You shouldn't be moved by the brainwashing. You shouldn't be moved by anything that you see happening to someone else. Why are you bothered by it? And why do you think it's happening to you if it's happening?
You know what?
Why do you think it's happening to you if it's happening to someone else and not you?
I'm tired of, you know what? Maybe it's out of pride. I'm tired of seeing the dignity that God granted his children being squandered and being abused and being used like this.
Is God stopping it from happening?
No, and he wouldn't, like any father wouldn't.
And do you believe in God? You believe in God?
I know God is real.
Then why are you bothered about what's happening there?
We have a limited time on this earth, and I'm anxious about what I should be doing with that time.
Why?
I don't want to waste it.
What time?
Humans die, and it seems that we have this weird portal of opportunity to
Can you hold for me, Colin?
Yes, sir.
All right, hold on, buddy. Let me take a break. When I come back, we're going to move calls. 888-7753-773. One more hour to go. Hake is coming in.
I'm going to tell you this. I believe you might go down in history as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, black man that ever lived on planet Earth, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know anybody before you that's been that great. You know, freeing the slaves is one thing, but you've been freeing people of their mind, which matters. It should be anyhow to you more than anything else, because with the mind not being right, there ain't nothing else going to happen right anyway.
If you can doubt every thought because you're not your thoughts, if you can doubt every thought, knowing that you're not your thoughts, you don't create them, they're not from God, that they're from the deceiver, the great deceiver, Satan. If you can doubt every thought, you can be free just like that. At an instant. Bring every thought into captivity. It's so amazing.
Going on in the world. This is the end of hour 2 already of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show on Female Monday, 8th of January, 2024 AD. And stay tuned for hour 3, last hour of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show coming right up. You can call in right now during Hake News, Not Fake News. 888-77-JESSE, 1-888-775-3773. Commie Nonsense Network, CNN reports the 81st Annual Golden Globe Awards were held Sunday night, last night in Los Angeles. I barely heard about it. Honoring the best in film and television. Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer movie swept the major movie categories, including wins for Best Movie, Best Director, and 2 acting awards. Barbie, most nominated film ahead of the ceremony, picked up just 2 awards. Congratulations, ladies. One in which the category recognizes a film that combined box office success with cinematic achievement. And television, Succession, The Bear, and Beef ruled the categories, whatever those are. History was also made, according to the Commie Nonsense Network, when Lily Gladstone became the first indigenous, so-called, person, that means American Indian, to win the award for best performance by a female actor in our actress, also known as actress, Killers of the Flower Moon. While Ali Wong and Stephen Yuen became the first actors of Asian descent to win the categories for Beef. And Barack Obama won his 5th Emmy. Commie Nonsense Network CNN says the former president, our worst president ever, perhaps, scored an Emmy win on Sunday with an outstanding narration for his Netflix documentary series, Working What We Do All Day. Sounds like fake news to me, huh? And speaking of mess, congressional leaders have allocated $1.59 trillion, I believe, according to Commie Nonsense Network, in funding for the evil government in 2024 AD. House and Senate lawmakers on Sunday announced a new spending deal, which includes $886 billion in defense spending, $704 billion in non-defense spending. So-called President Crooked Joe Biden said the agreement is a step forward toward preventing a government shutdown, which would be nice, perhaps. Some so-called conservative lawmakers insist the bill should include deeper spending cuts and more stringent border security demands. And speaking of the government, that black affirmative action Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin being pressed to answer for his hospitalization. Did you hear about that? The far-left females at the Skim are on it. Over the weekend, the Pentagon said that their leader, so-called, started off 2024 in intensive care after experiencing severe pain following an elective medical procedure. I think that means it's one that he deemed that he wanted. It wasn't absolutely necessary, according to doctors, supposedly. Back in December, he had that procedure. That would normally earn get well cards, according to the ladies at the Skim, but in this case, he waited days to tell the Black on the Inside White House and Congress about it. Maybe because he was in so much pain. Lloyd Austin said he could have done a better job ensuring the public was appropriately informed. Even the person who stepped up for him, Kathleen Hicks, wasn't briefed about his hospitalization until late last week. What does she have to know? She just needed to step in. Black on the Inside White House didn't have a clear understanding of the U.S. military leadership for 3 days. The Pentagon still doesn't have a word on what Lloyd Austin was being treated for if he lost consciousness and when he will be released. As a result, Republicans are calling for Lloyd Austin to testify or be ousted. So racist. Over failing to communicate. Meanwhile, Crooked Joe Biden said he has full confidence in Lloyd Austin. Of course he does. Just like he has in himself. Do you have confidence? The biblical question of the week. Pentagon officials reportedly maintain Lloyd Austin's hospitalization didn't put national security at risk. Concerns over Lloyd Austin's hospitalization come amid tensions with Yemeni Houthis in the Red Sea, attacks on troops in Iraq and Syria, conflicts in Ukraine and Gaza. Biden has to answer for how his administration is navigating U.S. leadership. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP, Hour 3.
To stand up strong, think the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. Welcome to the third hour of the show already. You can get involved by calling 888-7753-773. And we're going to try to get to as many calls as possible in this last hour. 888-77-JESSE. Jesse. Jesse. We have brand new biblical question. Brand new for this week. Do you have confidence? Do you have confidence? Do you have it? It's an amazing question. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JesseLeePeterson.com/show. JesseLeePeterson.com/show. And if you're out and about doing what you do, it doesn't matter what you're doing, anywhere in the world, we're heard around the world by everybody. And their mama if you're white, and they mama if you're black. By calling the listen line at 641-793-1500 on your iPhone or iPad. And you can podcast the show as well. If you're too busy to sit and watch it live. Don't forget to donate and have your comments read out loud. Go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. Buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. Or rebuildingtheman.com. Rebuildingtheman.com. And or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. So listen up. It's a brand new year. And we had Tuesday, Country Western Tuesday, Manhood Hour on Wednesday, Bible Thumper Thursday, Open Line Friday. Now we have Female Monday.
I like to make men uncomfortable.
All my life I had to fight.
Let women take over.
Some of us believe that women are getting paid less than men.
I proudly say I'm a feminist. Thank you.
Deep in their soul, they want to be home with those babies. We've been lied to for so long.
Amazing. That's why we have Female Monday. As I mentioned yesterday in fellowship, ladies, you got to do what men have to do if you want perfect peace. You're not going to get it any other way. You must. It's a spiritual law, and there's no way around it. And nobody, no things, no children, no material things, no wealth, no friends, no house, no nothing can bring you perfect peace except you put first things first. Only that will bring you peace. Seek first the kingdom of God in his right way, and all will be added. You must overcome anger, ladies. You must forgive your mothers for turning you away from your fathers. Otherwise, you simply live a life of misery. And believe me, anyone, male or female, no matter color, money, where you live, it got nothing to do with all that. If you have anger, you're living a miserable life. And I can't believe, and though I understand, that there's one human being who walked this earth who have allowed somebody somewhere along the way to convince them that anger is good. What a trick. An evil game has been played upon you. Anger is not good. You got to rise above anger. Anger is evil, and anyone that has evil, has anger, is evil and insane. You are insane. Drop the anger. Forgive. Forgive your mothers. Forgive your fathers. And God will forgive you as you forgive. But if you don't go and apologize for being angry at them, judging them, you can hang it up. So Monday is Female Monday. We take all calls about all issues from men and women. But the female call, like we do on all the other days, 888-7753-773. I want to go quickly back to Colin. And Colin is a Christian. And he is trying to organize. He ran for office in his town. He also, according to him, he also has tried to bring the churches together. He is not feeling good about what he sees around him. Am I right about that, Collins?
Yes, sir.
And so what do you feel exactly about what's happening in my country?
It seems that the churches have been organized through the tax system to be compartmentalized into little concentration camps where they don't talk to each other, where they don't experience the love that God has given to us. And we need to share that among each other. I'm talking about everybody. Anyone that believes in a transcend, in the ultimate, in God. You know, you may have your little predilections along the way, but if you believe in the God, which I also would say a synonym for God is the truth, would you agree with that? That was another question I had.
Yes.
Okay. Then that seems to be the guiding, that's our true star north, is the truth. Meaning if churches go along and go along in silence for things that are clearly, it's outside the norm of the normal evil, not normal evil, there's nothing normal evil, but just the standard of what we've been seeing. It seems that things have been ratcheted up to like 100 times the level of, it's been magnified. You know, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I mean, you talk about it every day. Like, it's just getting wilder and wilder, and I'm begging the body of Christ to come together and find each other.
What can the church do about what's happening to other people?
Well, this is actually I think this is this is my question. You say get involved. What do you, with local politics, run for office, put the light out, right? Put the truth out so that people can, it creates space for other people that see the truth to come together, right? I'll keep doing that no matter what.
What can the church do about what's happening in my country?
Well, I'm not sure there is a church, but I'm talking about the little churches all scattered throughout this country, full of people that are trying to do the right thing, that have been told that if you go to this place, if you read the Bible, if you follow the scriptures say, then you'll be saved. And that's not good enough. You gotta be willing to accept the truth, right?
I'm not sure what are you bothered by when it comes to what's happening in the world. What are you bothered by?
They seem, this is my own opinion, but it seems to me that there is a mass effort of a weaponized military sort that seems to be mass organized on a global level to get people to basically commit suicide, whether that be through killing their children or cutting off their futures and through abortion or through direct action through medical procedures.
And are you bothered by those are the things that you're bothered by?
It's concerning. Yeah, it does bother me that it's not more. It's not a place where people are comfortable to go yet. People that it's just odd that there's not more leaders out there to say, this is what's happening. We got to do this. We got to do that to at least create this. I'm not talking about winning the battle on this physical earth, but more that I'm not sure, Jesse. It just seems to me the government's trying to kill us all. I'm going to be very blunt.
And why are you bothered by what's happening to the people?
It's just so much fear that I'm not sure the people have been prepared for. The only reason I can even ask these questions is because I went deep and divorced myself from, like, I'm self-employed at this point because I can't trust an employer to keep me based on what I say or what I do.
You have fear?
Which has been very liberating. It's been great. It's
do
been
you
a
have fear?
Experience. I have sorrow.
You have fear?
I don't have. No.
You have sorrow?
Yeah.
And what is sorrow?
I just. An awareness of the wasted opportunity that is being, like, the opportunity and the potential that is being squandered right in front of us right now in the face of something that is trying to roll us over like a steamroller.
And what does sorrow feel like?
You know what, Jesse? It feels selfish.
Meaning what?
Meaning it's about me.
It is. So you don't care one iota about the people. It's all about you.
That's what I needed to hear.
And it's an act. It's a false image you try to put out about yourself, but it's really all about you and not about anyone else. It's not about God. It's not about the people. It's all about, you don't feel one thing for people at all. Zero. You don't feel anything for abortions. You don't feel anything for the military, as you mentioned. You don't feel anything for body parts being cut off. You feel nothing for those things. It's just an act.
Look, because while I'm feeling that, I aggrandize that within myself, and I cut my own parts off. Not literally, but metaphysically.
Yeah.
I'm causing the suffering. You're right.
It's all in you, and it's all about you, and it's all ego, and it's all fake. So why don't you cut it out? Oh, I'm trying to bring the churches together so they can do this. Oh, and I'm just so this and
but
I'm just. It's all an act. Why don't you get off the stage?
Well, forget it. That's I'm totally fine with that as long as that's the right thing that I'm supposed to do.
What else can you do?
Get off. That's the question, because it's like, I mean, look, here's really the problem is like the spiritual world intersects with our physical plane, right?
What do you mean?
As above, so below.
What does that mean?
Meaning, as the spirits or the entities that project the essence of who we are as beings. We've only been here for a short time. We don't know anything. We're babies. There's also entities clearly coming from another place that we're also unaware of, and there's this battle going on, and that's the spiritual warfare people talk about, right? But on the physical plane of the third dimension, where we have systems, political systems, we have institutions, we have all these systems set up for the third dimensional entities to meet up with each other.
I don't know what you're talking about with all that language, man. Make it simple.
Do we have a duty to think about? Have you ever seen Lord of the Rings?
No, I have seen it, but I have never watched the movie itself.
Okay, well, just imagine the brave few people charging into a horde of darkness, knowing that they're possibly going to die, but not necessarily. But that valor and that courage is that, and I'm not trying to be I don't want to be self-aggrandizing about this. I don't want people to know my name. I don't like being on the stage. I don't like public speaking. I don't like being out there. This is a very uncomfortable, natural
I don't
position.
understand what you mean about...
Are we not supposed to stand up in the face of this darkness and go, not on my watch, over my dead body? You're not going to do this.
No. Where
No
you
fight.
get that from? You've been watching too many Darth Vaders.
Maybe it's from the movies.
What's
I don't
the
know,
name
but
of the
it's not
movie?
some
What's the name of the movie? You've been
Lord of
watching
the
too
Rings,
many
but-
Lord of the Rings.
I agree, and I've stopped watching movies.
How old are you?
Ago, but I'm 31.
Stay away from Lord of the Rings.
I will. I'm not watching movies anymore, but I also. So, are you saying I'm projecting all of that? Like, I mean, think about you talked about the founding of our country and the courage and valor that took, and it did.
Right.
That was real men that stood up in the gap when no one was going to thank them for it, and they got destroyed for it.
Right.
And they were fine with it.
And
that's what you're saying we got to do.
And the reason they were able to do that because they were not connected to the world. They didn't get to identify from their ego. They were led by what was right inside of them. But you're like concerned about other people, and I don't know why.
Maybe it's pre-programming of seeing. I'm bothered by mass murder.
Why?
I guess is when it's systematic and it's.
What does it mean, systematic?
Fun, meaning that it's built into the system where it's been compartmentalized, where a bunch of people can execute upon it without them realizing what they're doing.
And why are you bothered by that?
Because I'm not sure that people are aware that that's what they're a part of.
Why are you bothered by that?
I don't know what my responsibility is in regards to
Nothing.
that. I'm trying to. That doesn't seem right to me, Jesse.
Why not?
Because I can see it.
You can see what?
We're supposed to tell the truth, right?
You can see what?
I can see that the people are being enslaved, murdered.
That's
on
been
purpose.
around forever. And it's going to be around because that's the Old Testament. Why are you bothered about the Old Testament?
I guess it's the Old Testament brought into the New World, where
The Old Testament is not brought into the New World. The Old
To me,
Testament
it's the
cannot
scale.
enter. The Old Testament cannot enter into the New World. That's why you must be forgive. So you're not going to enter into the New World if you're of the Old World.
I've forgiven my mother and my father. I've gone and forgiven everyone that I can think of. I've racked my brain because I want to find peace. Because I know I can't go forward without peace.
But don't be racking your brain to find anyone to forgive. You forgive your parents. Now you just focus on you by keeping your eyes on yourself.
It seems selfish to me.
Well, then suffer, then die if you believe that.
And that's why I'm calling you.
What can you do?
That's what I've been doing.
What can you do about anyone else's situation? You're trying to help people. First of all, you can't even help yourself. I don't know how you can even think for a second you can help someone else, but I understand. And you're doing all this emotional stuff, and it's all vanity when God has made a way, and those who want to come into the new world, he let them in. Those who don't, he leave them out. He let them stay out there and suffer because they love their suffering. And you're carrying on about it like you care more than God.
No, and you're right. It's hard to let go of. I'm honestly, you know what? Now that you say all this and you're convicting me, I do have fear.
Right.
And I went and forgave my parents, but I'm afraid.
Of what?
Still. Of, it's not so much letting down God, and this is where the vanity comes in. It's letting down my ancestors.
How do you let it down, God? Oh, yes, you can't let no one down. What the?
My grandparents would have never put up with this.
How are you letting your grandparents down? You're not your grandparents.
No, but they would have stood in the breach and done whatever they could to tell the truth. And I'm not talking about physically fighting back. That's a fool's errand. Like
Well, what do you mean you letting down your grandparents and God? How are you letting down God?
What our forefathers, the gifts they gave us, it just seems that we've squandered it. And
how are you letting down God?
That was the right question. I'm not. I am by trying to be God. That's how I'm letting down God.
But you're not letting God down at all. You're serving the devil.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
You can't let God down. That's not even logical thinking.
Yeah. Right. Who is God?
That's why you need to watch what's going on in you so you can know who God is. Are you doing the silent prayer?
Yes. The anxiety and worry gets to me with everything, but I do it. I do it morning and night.
And
do it all the time.
You have anxiety and worry?
When I'm in the prayer, no. But when I come out, immediately it's back.
Well, only back because you believe in thoughts. You're not anxiety. You are not anger. You're not worry. That's a false identity inside of you that needs to be taken away from you by God. You need to relax, see that for what it is, and let God handle it. That's not you. Stop calling you anxiety. You don't have anxiety. That's a spirit that lives in your mind and emotion. Overcome the thoughts, you can be fine.
I guess I'm a recovering intellectual is what it seems like. I use big words and try to make sense of the world with words. And
the intellect is evil.
It's not working.
Anybody that is intellectual is an evil person. The intellect hate God. It hate the truth. It hate good.
Yep. Yep.
So you need to calm down, cut out the drama, do the silent prayer.
Thank you.
Do the silent prayer and watch the thoughts.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you so much, Jesse. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
God bless you.
Just watch them and stop believing that they're you. They're not you. Let them pass.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy.
All right. Take care.
All right. You're welcome. Amazing. 888-7753. 773, that's a line open. Let me go to Canada and talk to Michael. Michael, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning, Jesse. How are you?
All is well, Michael. Thanks for calling.
Yeah. Well, I've phoned you for the last 3 years, about once a year. I sure like listening to you, but I'm not sure on everything. I'll give you a real quick, just a history of where I'm at and I guess what I'm asking you today.
Okay,
So,
where I am.
Sorry, what?
Go ahead. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. So anyways, I grew up, I'm in my 50s now. I grew up in Canada here. I didn't have parents when I was younger, and I went...
You did not have parents when you were younger?
Well, they were taken out of my life.
Oh,
when I was
okay.
10.
Go ahead.
Yeah, when I was 10.
Okay.
So I was raised by the government. We're just going to say that. And I heard the gospel when I was 16, and I believed it, but I was already into weed and drinking and girls and all that stuff. And I didn't have no church, so I didn't live like that. But I've known the truth since I was 16. I'm in my 50s now. So anyways, long story short, went through hell on earth, just like you say. You know, I was raised mostly by women too, so I think I have a lot of feminine, I guess, traits. I have anger. And I've been trying to deal with it. I pray morning, noon, and night, like you say. I don't pray out loud anymore. I got married 10 years ago to a woman who was had one child, and I had already had a few kids previous. And I shouldn't have bothered her, like you said, but hey, that's the past. I bothered her. She was even, at the time, going through her divorce. She was in the process of getting divorced. And she said, and I know this is true, that the guy was cheating on her, but at the same time, I just shouldn't have bothered her. And needless to say, she got pregnant right away about 10 years ago, and then the baby came. COVID came 3 or 4 years ago. I got scared. I knew Jesus is coming soon or whatever. Something's coming. So I just figured, let's get married, you know. And I did that, and now, yeah, it's been 3 years. We've been married, and yeah, I'm dealing with, I guess, an angry woman, and I'm at a wall here. I'm not sure. I don't want to. I know God hates divorce, so I just kind of don't know what to do.
Why do you say God hates divorce?
Oh, that's what I heard. I don't know. I thought that the marriage is the symbol of the Christ and the bride, right?
And so your question for me is what?
Well, like I've been thinking of moving out and just trying to make my own way and tell her that if she ever wants to be husbanded, that I'd still be there, but I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not, I guess.
Is she older than you?
No, she's about, I think, 6 or 7 years younger than me.
And why haven't you moved out?
Because I have kids. We had one child together, and she had her 2 kids previous. So I'm raising her son as mine, and it's great, but yeah.
Where is his father?
He's around. He's not really a man, I guess.
And your question for me is what?
Well, I told you we've been fighting, and it's because it's like you said, I shouldn't have probably even bothered, but it's like I didn't find you till about 3 or 4 years ago after I'd already married her and everything, and I thought I was doing the right thing. So I just don't know, is it okay to, like, move out? And I'm not trying to divorce. I just need peace, and I don't know if I can.
Why don't you move out? You're right. Don't divorce, but move away. Stop arguing. Don't fight with her anymore. Don't try to convince them, because you cannot make a relationship work. You should not try to make a relationship work. If it's not working on its own, it's not meant to work. It's not meant to be. Why not just move on? Move away and see what happens. Maybe down the road you'll do a divorce, but don't think about divorce yet. But you need to get out of that situation. You married a woman who is like buying an old car, who already has problems. And all you're doing is trying to repair the car. That's not possible.
I have, like I said, I was raised by the government, I guess we'll say.
So
anyways, it was all women?
Yeah, hold on, buddy. Hold on. Let me take a quick break. 888-7753-773. Back in the morning. The treasure chest is open on D-Live. Treasure chest is open on D-Live. Check out my book, For Raised to Responsibility. I show you how I was able to overcome anger. The spirit of anger was taken away from me. I had it. And as a result of having anger, I was insecure. I had doubt, worry, fear. I was in a fallen state and didn't know it. And it wasn't until I went and forgave my mother, who tried to turn me away from my father. I forgave my father for not being there and returned back to him. My spirit connected with his spirit, and through him, I was able to return to God. And I have perfect peace. Perfect love casts out anger. And when anger is gone, fear and doubt, worry, insecurity, suicidal thoughts, all of that is gone. And you are free. Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, or if you want an autographed copy, you can go to my website at rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-BOND. Welcome back, 888-7753-773. If someone want to jump in there, I think there's one line open there. The Hake report is coming up at the top of this hour. TheHakeReport.com from 9 to 11. And then after the Hake report, Joel Friday TV. He black. Monday through Thursday now, not just Tuesday. Mark it on your calendar. Not just Tuesday, but Monday through Thursday now. Joel Friday TV at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then after Joel Friday TV, the American Anchor, baby. He is on fire. The American Anchor, baby, at 12 noon. All right, amazing. And if you need counseling, we have the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I do it myself by phone, Skype, or walk-in. Counseling for family, individual, whatever. All right, so go to rebuildingtheman.com, rebuildingtheman.com, or call 800-411-2663, 800-411-BOND. If you like counseling service. And don't forget that be patient because my schedule is really, everybody and mama, are requesting counseling. So if he can't get you right in, we'll get to you as fast as we possibly can, all right? Rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-BOND. And I do appreciate your support, your financial support. Thank you for it. Let me go quickly back to Michael out of Canada, who married a woman who's been married before. She has children. He now has one child with her, and he is not happy with the marriage. What should he do? Michael, get out of there.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say file for a divorce right now. You wait and see down the road, which you should do. But you need to get away from that. A man should not be married to a woman with children. He shouldn't be married to a woman who's been married before. And I understand that you were blind at the time and could not see, but you do not have a responsibility to stay there. That marriage was not put together by God. Satan put that together.
Well, what about her? She said she was clear because the guy cheated on her. Is that true?
That's her problem, that he cheated on her. And you don't know why he cheated on her. There's two sides to every story. Just because he cheated on her, you're not her savior.
That's another thing. When we first met, she just said how I was sent from God and I was a holy man and I was better looking, better everything. And I was like, I ate it up because I was actually single for a year and a half trying to raise my teenage son before I met her. And
amazing.
She just came when I was at a weak moment. It was right at the beginning of summer. And
she played your ego. She lied to you. She made you feel good by lying to you, and then she drew you in, and now she's destroying you.
Yeah, and the thing that got me upset after was we had a baby right away. Like, I'm talking right away, she got pregnant. But anyways, it was a boy, and she tied her tubes. She didn't tell me. I wanted more kids, and
wow,
I was so ticked off. I just felt totally like I was trapped back then. But
why did you move right then when you found that out?
Because she said I'm older. I'm whatever. I think she was 38 when she had my boy. And
tell her that Sarah was 99.
Yeah.
But Michael, here's my best. Are you doing the silent prayer?
Yeah, every day, every night, throughout the day. I'm gonna say that I'm still struggling with weed.
Don't struggle with it. Just notice it, and it'll be taken away from you. You can't change anything, Michael. You can't change yourself at all. That's why you become the observer of the far you, and the Spirit, the love, the Father will change you. Your old nature to a new nature. But you can't argue with this woman. You can't make a relationship work. You're not supposed to make it work. You're not supposed to be fighting. You're not supposed to be making anything work, Michael. Stop it. Get out of there and go live your life. And you can't save her. If some man cheated on her, she needs to deal with that, not you. You're not the savior.
What she mentioned this morning, we had a kind of a fight, and she said, what if she has a house available to her in this community through her family. She said today, well, what if I go live there and you stay here with the boys? And I was like, well, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do because I have a job, and if I'm basically going to have to quit my job if we do that.
If you do what?
If I stay here with the boys and she takes that other house, I think she's trying to move her daughter in, who's going to have a baby any day.
Are they your boys?
One of them is, and the daughter that's trying to move back here is not
keep
mine.
your boy and let her and her kids go away.
Yeah. And what about...
you can't afford to stay in that house if you move?
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
but what do you
mean
by
anyway.
What do you mean by if she moved, you would have to stay home and quit your job?
Well, we work together. I'm not going to get into this, but it's a kind of a government job, we'll say, and that's also a lot of trouble. I've tried to tell her to quit working since we've been together, and she's just like, no, I'm educated, like you said. I'm going to keep working, and I'm a breadwinner, too, and I'm this and I'm that. And
that's why a man should not marry an educated woman. They don't make for good wives and good mothers. Michael, because of time, get out of there. Go find your place you can afford and live your life.
Yes, sir.
And don't argue with her not at all. And stop listening to her advice. Every time a man listens to a woman, he suffers. So cut it out.
Yes, sir.
So go live your life. and forget about that woman.
Yes, sir.
All right?
All right, well, I'll call you back, hopefully, and let you know how things are.
But do not argue with her. Don't tell her where you're going or anything. Just go live your life.
I will do my best. She has a real knack of pressing my buttons when she feels like I'm leaving.
That's how she control you.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm sorry, but...
Well, stop falling for it.
Yes, sir.
Don't fall for the lie anymore.
Yes, sir.
All right, but I wish you well.
All right, thank you. You have a good day.
You too. Andrew is a first-time call out of California. 888-77-JESSE. Andrew, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse, how's it going?
All is well, sir. Thanks for calling.
All right, I just was wondering, I live here in California in this blue state, and I was curious what you thought, like, what's the plan of liberals kind of going into the future? It seems like they're kind of getting a grip on the nation, and obviously they've had a grip on the state for a while. What do you think their kind of like plans are?
To control the people. They want communism in the country, and that's why they keep voting in the same government, because the government want to control the people for personal gain, and that is so-called power and wealth. That's what it's all about and nothing else.
And so how can we, like, do you think it's possible for us to stop that, or do we just have to resist individually and hold to our own morals?
Forget about the world, let them suffer, and you seek the kingdom of God His right way, live from within, and you'll be fine, because you will be in the world but not of it. And the power of the Father is greater than the power of the deceiver.
All right. And lastly, where's a good place to meet conservative women?
Nowhere. Because don't try to meet a woman, period, because you're only supposed to seek the kingdom of God His right way and let God add one unto you. But if you go looking, you're going to always end up with hell.
All right.
Conservative women are as bad as liberal women. They're no different.
That's fair. I guess that's my last question is, how do you know if she's a good woman or not? Because it's so easy to be tricked.
No such thing as a good woman, so don't expect it.
Okay.
There's no such thing, Andrew, as a good woman.
Okay. So you just got to...
seek the kingdom of God, and He will add the right one unto you, and you'll be fine then. But if you look and then thinking that you're finding a good woman, you're going to always end up with the devil, with hell.
So just keep looking at the kingdom of God and let that be your guiding light.
Only that.
Gotcha. That's it. Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. 888-7753-773. Kurt is a first-time call out of California. Kurt, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Man, okay. So I got something for you. We're at the Clippers-Lakers game last night, and I'm across the room. The national anthem starts. Of course, I show respect. I take my hat off. I look across. My wife is sitting down with her hat on. So I go, I'm not even supposed to walk, right? So I'm already breaking rules. I go over to her. I say, you need to stand up and take your hat off. And she stood up. She's like, well, I don't want to take my hat off because her hair, whatever. Black woman with her hair.
A black woman?
I said, listen. Yeah.
Are you white?
Yes.
Well, what are you doing with a black woman?
Well, that's a whole other story, Jesse.
All right, but go ahead.
I've always loved black women. Just ever since I was a kid, I love black women.
You hate white women?
Have. No, I don't hate white women. My first baby is from a white woman.
You love your mother?
No.
That's why you got a black woman.
Yeah.
But it's the same spirit. But anyway, go ahead with your story. What happened at the ball game?
So I said, take your hat off. So I got her to stand up, and I said, take your hat off. She wouldn't take her hat off, so I ripped it off. And now she's upset. And more than upset, she's extremely upset. But I told her, I said, listen, you're shaming me by keeping a hat on. And she said I shamed her by ripping it off. And so that's the dilemma we're at now.
And your question for me is what?
Where to go from there? Where do I go from there?
When you say she's upset, what is she doing to display that she's upset?
At this point, she's just being extra. And we had a talk last night, and I said, listen, I said, listen, I said, we're going to go sit down with my friends. We're going to enjoy the rest of the game. So she obeyed that way. And then I said, listen, we'll talk about it. And on the way home, she said that no one's ever treated her that way and that ripping the hat off her head was just too much, too far. She agrees that she should obey me, but that was too much and that I shamed her. We are Christians, and for the most part, she submits, but not that night.
Well, just tell her that next time if you were to take your hat off, I wouldn't have to shame you.
Right.
That's all. And don't argue about it. Don't try.
Say that.
Yeah, just
See,
say,
that's the thing, right? Don't argue. That's what I'm not doing today.
Yeah, do not argue. From this day forward, never argue with her again. Either she obey or she doesn't. And if she doesn't obey, you'll see the next thing to do. But do not argue with her at all.
Okay, so then that's the thing. So today, she's probably going to be poking, raging, you know. And so I'll just keep my cool and just not argue.
No argue at all, because that's the devil in her that's evil, and it needs you to argue in order to stay alive. But if you don't argue with her, she either has to find somebody else to argue with, or she'll overcome evil.
Right. And then between you and me, is that too far to rip her hat off?
I don't know. I would have to been there to see for myself, but you need to know for yourself if that was the right thing to do. If you think that, I shouldn't have done that, I took it too far, then just apologize. You know what? You're right. I should not have done that. Yeah. But don't argue. Don't try to prove. Don't kiss up. If you were wrong, just say, hey, you're right. I took that too far, and then move on.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, you know, it's because LeBron don't want to stand, and we're at a Laker game. And LeBron, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want, like, that's too, I don't know, man. Like,
but you got to realize black people, not all, but most black people don't love America at all. They don't respect America. They don't love it, because if she did, she would have stood and taken her hat off.
Yeah, for real, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, man, thanks for everything. And then, we were planning on coming to see you too, your congregation. So
nice.
I've been doing the silent prayer. I've been observing your context, and I want to appreciate you for doing God's work.
You're welcome, buddy. And so again, take a look at yourself, and if you realize you went too far with it, oh yeah, you were right. I should have taken it that far, and then and just move on. But if you were right, then don't argue and let her get over it.
Yeah, that's it. You're saying exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Thanks for your call. Right. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I'll be around.
Okay. Amazing. 888-77-JESSE. Is Kenyon? Keon, welcome to the show. First time caller out of Ohio. Welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse, how's it going?
All is well. How are you?
I'm all right, man. I just want to thank you for everything you've done for me. I've been watching your show for like about 6 to 8 months now, and I forgave my father on my birthday, which was January 3rd.
Nice.
I told him, I don't resent you anymore, because he ended up leaving me before I was born. And my mom, she was really crazy, and her mom was really crazy. And my grandma, she was actually a lesbian, but then she got anyway, that was besides the point.
Right.
I forgave my mom and my grandmother on Christmas Eve too, and
nice.
Everything you say, it just lines up with how life really is, and I just never realized it. I'm 20 years old, and I'm just figuring all this out. It's amazing.
Amazing. Nice, man. And especially at 20, you're waking up at such an early age in life, you're going to avoid a lot of hell.
Yeah. It's going to save me from a lot of hell. I'm actually married too, so I'm trying to get my ducks in a row at a young age, and I'm an assistant manager here at T-Mobile. I'm actually doing great, man. But ever since I returned to God, it's been amazing. It's been up ever since.
Nice. Are you doing the silent prayer?
Every morning, every night, even throughout the day.
Right on. Stay with it.
Sir.
Watch those thoughts. All thoughts are all lies. All those emotions are lies, the so-called good ones and the bad one. And I'm telling you, man, it gets better and clearer, and your mind will be renewed, and you will have an amazing life.
It sure does, man. The proof is in the pudding. I see you do it. I see me do it. I tell people all the time, the customers I work with, I try to be a living example, and they see the truth in me, and just like I see the truth in you, and we all know God is the truth, and He just works through all of us, man. I appreciate everything you do, Jesse. Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy. Amazing. Stay with it.
Yes, sir. I will.
All right, buddy.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right, man.
Bye now.
See ya.
Amazing. 888-775-3773. A first-time call out of Texas. Nick, welcome to the show. Hey, Nick.
Hey, I've been really struggling. I'm 26 years old, and I just sit in my apartment all day. And I really want a girlfriend, but I don't know how to find. I don't know how to find love in this day and age.
There is no love to find.
There's no love?
No, women don't have love.
Okay, I'm on Tinder every day, and I'm just like that's what I'm just swiping on Tinder.
Yeah, but women don't have love. Stop looking for love. The love you're looking for, that you want or that you need, is the love of the Father. You need to forgive your mother and forgive your father, and then God's love will take over, and you will have perfect love. And then if it's meant for you to get married, a woman will be put into your life. God will give you the right one. But if you look for one, all you're going to ever find is evil, and you're going to catch hell.
Well, I've been watching a lot of pornography alone in my room, and I'm just really depressed. So I've been thinking about religion, and I was thinking Christianity or becoming a Muslim or something, but I don't know which way to go.
Well, stop looking on Tinder and all that. Have you heard me say to forgive your mother?
Forgive my mother? Yeah. I have a good relationship with my mother.
Have you forgiven her?
I don't know what she did to me, but yeah.
She screwed you up.
I never called her and said I forgive you, but yeah.
She screwed you up. She turned you away from your father, and that's why you're having the mental and emotional issues that you're dealing with. You have the mindset of your mother, and when you forgive her for turning you away from your father, and forgive your father,
I'm gonna have to call her and forgive me for turning. Yeah, she probably did do that because I had my last relationship I was in with a woman. She just had me buying her all this stuff like Louis Vuitton and designer and stuff, and then she just ended up breaking up with me when I stopped buying her things.
Yeah, don't ever do that again. Do not spend your money on women. They see you as weak, and that is weak, and they're never going to respect you. Don't do that anymore either. But you need to forgive your mother. Hey, mother, I'm sorry for resenting you. You turned me away from my father. And then forgive your father for not protecting you from your mother. He couldn't handle the hell that's in your mother. She's just like his mother.
So So I guess just take away all women are bad.
All women are evil.
Okay. All right. I never thought of it like that, but yeah, you're right.
And forgive them, though. It's not them. It's the spirit in them. And so that same spirit in your mother is in you. And that's why you're yearning for a woman, you're yearning for this, because the woman is your God. But if you apologize to your mother for resenting her, don't ask her to forgive you. You forgive her for what she's done to you, and then God will forgive you. And do the silent prayer. Are you familiar with the silent prayer?
Well, I was thinking about becoming a Muslim. I don't know if
no. You want to be a Christian, not a Muslim, man. What the?
Oh, all right. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of religions out there, so I didn't know what to do.
I know. Go with Christianity. It's the best one on this side of heaven.
Oh, okay.
So listen, do this, but not this fake Bible thumping Christian stuff. That don't work either. I'm telling you to look within. The kingdom of heaven is within you, all right?
Yeah.
So do the, are you familiar with my silent prayer?
I'm not familiar.
Oh, go to rebuildingaman.com/prayer.
Rebuilding rebuildingaman.com/prayer.
Yeah,
Okay.
rebuildingtheman.com/prayer.
Okay.
And do the silent prayer and forgive your mother for turning you away from your father and forgive your father for not protecting you from her. God will forgive you and your whole world will change. You'll find perfect peace. And then get off Tinder. Stop looking for a woman. You're only going to find the devil.
All right. Yeah, so it's all my mom's fault. She messed me up. So, yeah, I got to forgive her.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for your advice, man. Yeah.
Let me
So
know
I
how
guess
it
women are
goes.
bad. I'm just going to do my own thing.
Yeah, and do never spend another dime on a woman. She'll just take your money. She doesn't care about you at all.
Yeah, at a certain point, I was paying her credit card and sending her like thousands of dollars. And yeah, she was like, apparently she cheated on me and all this stuff.
Because she didn't respect you at all. You are not supposed to be spending your money like that on women, man. You only make them hate you for it.
Yeah.
Cut that out.
You're right.
Nick, cut that out.
All right, I'm going to stop.
Don't ever do it again.
All right, I'm done.
All right, man. Let me know how it goes. Do the prayer. Forgive your parents and let me know how it goes.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, buddy. Amazing. Super chat.
Super chat.
Super chats. Cactus Eater Bear donated a diamond. Female Monday. My bag.
Female Monday. Thank you.
Greenwall with a diamond. Can we send all the flat earthers to the moon?
Good idea.
Woman bought 5 coffees. Happy birthday to my grandmother.
Happy birthday, Grandma.
Lord Bibby 42, 3 coffees. Thank the Lord for Female Mondays. Now Jesse can give Jason extended time on his little show. It's a win-win for everybody.
Thank you all. I got to end it there. I appreciate it. We'll do the other Super Chats tomorrow. Hake is coming up now. Then Joel Friday and Nick, the Anchor Baby, the American Anchor Baby. Bye.
Check. I had to get on the track one time. Joel Friday here. Check. Look, stand up. We got fighting to do. We gotta show 'em who boss. He put a Viking in you. He put that lightning in you. Igniting the truth. But you beg and blame and lie and hate and never wanna stand for the truth. So what you planning to do? You understanding the move? You better go talk to your mama, better stop with the drama, better drop all the trauma. Boy, you better stand up, man up. Put your hand up and hut. Cause if we don't, then we lose, and then we gotta hear the fake news. Whoa.
You must know that so you get something went wrong, but face the truth about yourself and just seek first God's kingdom, cause you must know that so you get something went wrong, but face the truth about yourself and just seek first God's kingdom, cause I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can.
So, here's what I recommend. I invite you to download my silent prayer, and I want you to start doing it. You just download it, get the points of how to do it, and then after a while, you just do it on your own. It's going to point you in the right direction that your life will be returned to you from God. He will give you your life back, because anyone and all people who has anger, they're not themselves. You are the person that you are angry at. That's why it's so important to get to know yourself so that you can see who you're angry at. And if you're doing the hooping and hollering prayers and things like that, some people get up, oh, praise the Lord, hoop and holler, bless my mama, bless my daddy. Continue to do it. Do both. You will see if you want to stay with the hooping and hollering, or do you want to be still and know God. So my gift to you, no charge, at rebuildingtheman.com/church. Anytime you have situations happening in your life, always be still. Don't overreact. Most of the people that I know, they say, oh, I know Jesus. I love Jesus. I'm an observer. And as soon as something don't go their way, they get mad. I'm like, what the? If you overreact, folks, remember to do that. Don't overreact. And when you get mad, it's your problem. It ain't your wife's problem, your husband's problem, your neighbor, your friend, your preacher, your teacher. It's your problem. Why you think you tick? It didn't go your way or the way you think it should go. Don't have a way you think it should go. Let life just happen. Thoughts make you think that life should go the way you want it to go. And if it doesn't, if someone don't do or say or act the way you think they should act, you hate them. And then you blame them for being mad. It's the darndest thing I ever seen. But it's amazing to see it. So relax.